much.
They hate us because they hate us, baby. They hate us because they hate us.
We got a target put on our back on YouTube because of the one episode we had with a comedian that was out of Milwaukee. We had him on and he like completely bashed and stuff like that. Yeah, he went through the ringer and Charles and I, we didn't edit the episode one bit, had no idea what this guy was even talking about. He was talking about all this other jazz. And Charles and I were just like, but he was making jokes about it. So we just assumed it was part of his skit or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's comedy, but it doesn't matter when it comes to YouTube. So
yeah,
fuck them. And here's how I look at this, right? I'm a human being, right? Sorry, I'm inside 10 minutes here. I'm a human being. In no way, shape, or form do I have any right to tell another human being how to talk, what to talk about, where to talk about. And nor do I have any right to tell another human being how to listen, where to listen, or what to listen to.
Right.
This is, as a human, you utilize your free will to be how you be. And that's just how we live. It's the wind blows, we go, baby. YouTube ain't about that. Whatever.
It's ridiculous.
And
I'm affiliated with Northeast Streaming Sports, and we cannot say the F word.
Yeah.
You can say shit, fuck, dick, pussy, whatever.
Yeah.
But don't say the F word. And so many people drop the F bomb.
Yeah.
And I tell them, I'm like, just don't say the F bomb. But apparently that's the favorite one.
Yeah, but see, all of our like YouTube and stuff, it's all bleeped out, so it doesn't really matter. You can say whatever you want as long as you edited it. They don't know what you said. Charles does this thing where he whispers the swear word underneath his breath instead of just saying the thing. It makes it even worse because then it doesn't catch the edits. I'm like, thanks a lot. You just made it way harder for me.
AI's smarter than me, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
No, you've explained this many times. You're way smarter than AI. He will whip his phone out while we're on an episode and go, "Hey Siri," and he go blah blah blah, and he'll start rambling off some stuff, and then all of a sudden his phone will go, "See exactly why AI is not taking over. Can't even explain. Can't even understand what the hell I'm saying. Perfect, exactly. You made your point."
Until they figure out that talks to text, we're in a good place. Like soda companies. We'll start this episode off with one of our fun facts. Soda facts. Apparently, and I have not confirmed this one, and I wasn't even going to tell you, but now I feel like I have to. Drinking just one can of soda a day can age you by as many as 4.6 additional years.
Are you talking about one a day?
Every day of your life, yeah.
I guess I get that. I don't drink one. I guess I don't drink one every day.
4.6 years onto your life.
Well, what is it?
One
what is energy
soda
drinks
a day.
do to you
One
then?
soda a day, yeah.
I guess we're all getting old and shit.
I sleep. I take a lot of naps, so I can counter out some of that shit.
I guess it's the sugar
counteract it with naps.
One soda.
Because
the
Is
sugar
that
is
just regular
ridiculous.
soda? What about like diet sodas? Is there like a differentiates on that? Like,
And they say diet is even worse than regular soda.
Listen, I'm just here to hand you the fun facts. I'm not a scientist here, all right? Like,
Feed a man a fish, he eats a meal. Show him how to fish. He eats a lifetime. Yeah.
And hopefully, you later on, you're like, oh, yeah, that soda fact. And then you go bing or something, and you could take me to the shitter with you. There you go. While you're shitting, you think about your old boy
I
here.
don't want to do that.
Yeah. And you look up the whole soda fact thing.
No, the octopus one that Charles got me, actually, I sat on the crapper and I actually watched the video of this octopus like changing 600 different colors. And I was like, I understand why you got this going on here.
Octopi are so cray. And that's the correct way of saying that.
But the fact they have no bones and they can go in through any hole and every
really tiny pinhole.
It's crazy.
My next reincarnation, I want to be a fucking giant squid. I just want to hang out as a giant fucking squid. I think that'd be so cool.
Take sharks down and stuff.
Whatever comes my way.
Yeah.
Maybe a whale. Maybe a whole effing boat. I don't know. If you're in my way and I'm a giant
coming
squid.
back as the Kraken?
No, I'm coming back as me as a giant squid. You call that what you want? There's only ever be one me, just like one Michael Jordan. There's only one me, unless I come back as a squid.
Okay. Oh, you want to jump on that ship? How many people are still jumping on the Michael Jordan thing? They still
on the video that I posted.
They still believe that he's got 3 kids, right? That he's got 3 kids that he doesn't know about.
Listen, Michael has his 2 legitimate sons.
Okay, we know his 2 sons. And
but he also has 2 stepsons, Jimmy Butler
as well,
and Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, exactly that one where people are stuck on Anthony Edwards' kid.
Wait, was that your TikTok where they have the time lapse They said
No,
during the
I
mid
know
and the
what you're talking
90s that
about.
he
I know
was,
what you're talking about. It was
and then
fucking weird, but it looked
side
like
by side with Edwards and Jordan.
It
It
looks
was
like
kind of cool. It was pretty cool.
Whoa.
It was trippy.
He even has the attitude, right? What killed me, he was like, yo, I'm not the next Michael Jordan. I'm the Anthony Edwards. And
He
I was
wears
like,
the armband on
dude.
below his elbow, just like MJ did.
Is he gonna show out tonight in Game 7 or what?
No, oh, hell no. Jokic isn't getting to his horses that quick.
And,
Did you
Jamal
see the
Murray's gonna
video?
hit a couple more half court shots.
Did you see the video that I sent to Paul about them spritzing Doncic's dick with that magic spray?
What was that?
I don't know what that was. Was he cleaning up blood on his jersey or his shorts or something?
Why does he have blood on his crotch?
Well, the other thing is, call timeout and go change your shorts, man. It takes 5 seconds to change your shorts as a
What were
dude.
you spraying on this, man? And it was like
I
a
don't
little
know.
itty bitty bottle. Just here, let me get your crotch real quick.
Was it cologne?
I was gonna say it could have been a Febreze. You know?
Actually,
Little stench right there.
so I get a care package
Numbing
from
cream.
Manscaped. I get a care package from Manscaped, and it comes with a ball spritzer.
So this isn't a plug?
Yeah, it's got like a small scent with a nice little alcoholic breeze. Gives you like,
Shout out, man.
Well, wouldn't you spray
yeah.
on the inside of your
Yeah,
shorts?
and that's supposed to be on,
Right on
skin
your
there.
skin,
Spray the skin
not on the
contact.
outside of your shorts?
Because
When I spray it on my balls, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, that's supposed to be done after a shower too.
Yeah,
You don't get done playing basketball and be like squirt, squirt. I'm ready to party,
like you're in the
baby.
middle of the third quarter. Hey,
I'm guessing isn't that what Tom Brady
Sweaty
did?
balls.
I'm pretty sure that's what Tom Brady did.
That's
Yeah.
just weird.
Tom Brady never took a shower, so he had to spritz away and then.
Oh, it wasn't just Brady
That's
either,
Tom
wasn't
Brady,
it?
that's why.
Wasn't there? Well, there was a movie
Takes his
actor
pads
too.
off, showered. What the?
There was a
fuck?
movie actor that didn't. He did all those Buick or not.
Oh
him,
yeah, Paul's college team's best friend,
Which one?
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey he apparently never used deodorant ever.
Yeah, he's all natural all the time, baby.
Yeah.
All right, come on in, get the real thing.
Wait, he doesn't put deodorant on
No,
Yeah,
apparently
no.
not. Yeah,
He might now.
on purpose?
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
I know that he did a movie.
Did at
with,
least use Axe spray or something?
Nothing.
No.
All natural all the time.
What's
Wow.
Han's daughter? Is it Hudson? Kate Hudson or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, she complained that he smelled like potatoes and onions through the whole
I can believe it. Yeah,
I can.
that whole
That,
time they were doing their movie.
It's Hollywood. Don't
How
you
to-
think you
how
could
to
put in
lose
the
a guy in
contract?
10 days or something like that?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there was that one too with that.
he's just
Shit.
running around smelling funky.
There was that rom-com with that Sex and the City actress there.
Bro, you're a millionaire. Figured it out.
That's what
Like,
I'm
do
saying.
you-
Just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean you get to stink, bro. That's one of the 3 main adult life rules, right?
I'm poor, and I
Pay your
make sure
bills,
that I
wear
don't stink.
deodorant, don't do meth.
You know
and
what's
you'll
sad?
live a long life.
I gotta say this. and It just reminded me. So when I lived in Denver, I actually had a coworker that said he only bathed once a week.
On purpose.
On purpose.
If that on purpose, yes. If that.
This was
Said
a decision he made.
it was a grown ass man. You can bleep out the ass. Grown ass man telling me, yeah, I only shower once a week. I'm like,
Nah, that's
why,
not okay.
why do you
Does
do
he
that?
like
He
baby
said-
wipe or something?
He just said
Dude wipes.
he said your body is like, I guess the dirt that you have on your body defends the germs and stuff. That was
So,
kind of like,
so he's not wrong, but it's not a week, bro. God damn, dude, get in the shower.
and I don't know what day. I don't know what day, I wanted to ask
What
him
y'all
what
doing
day
for
it
work?
was.
Yeah.
What
So
did
you
y'all do
didn't
for work?
around
Fucking
him or
office
what?
setting,
Yeah.
checking emails all day type deal.
So you just in a fucking office smelling funky.
Luckily, he was in a different department than me, but I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Yeah.
he even said, this is another thing too. He even said he don't even wash his hands.
Oh man.
Yo,
Yeah.
so
You don't even
I'm
watch
glad you
He's-
said that.
He's
I
probably
seen
not
this
around
video.
anymore, if we're being
I
honest.
seen this video the other day. It was what's LeBron James' wife's name? Savannah.
Shakira? Oh, Savannah.
Savannah was on a podcast with a girl, right? And she was talking about one of her pet peeves was that when people don't wash their hands when they leave public restrooms. And the co-host was like, "Oh, I'm one of those people." And she was like,
Why
"You're
would you say
nasty."
that? Why would you
say that?
Why would you put yourself out there?
Like,
A national TV on top of
what
it.
are you doing?
Now I'm gonna put this out there. Am I the only one? If I'm in a public restroom, especially at work, right per se, and I'm washing my hands, and the person comes out of the stall, and then they start washing their hands, am I the only one that think, "Man, if I wasn't here,
They don't
You would be washing
every time.
You would not be washing. I'd be like, you would not be washing your hands.
100%.
Because I don't want.
I tip my hat to the
Because I'm
people
gonna
that
look at you when I go back out there.
I tip my hat to the people that just keep walking. I'm like, damn, you dirty and prideful. Good for you.
I ain't gonna give you a pound. I ain't gonna.
I'll give you an elbow. Like,
Yeah. I'm gonna look at you and be like, all right.
We used to play the look at your shoes game because if you came out shortly after I did, we know you didn't wash your hands. We just looked at the shoes you were wearing so we can know who the people were in the stalls. That was a fun one for us.
You could just fake it till you make it too. Walk up there, just throw your fucking hands under. Just if you're gonna be that person. Listen, I'm just saying if you're not gonna do it, like at least wash your hands.
And this is the thing, even sometimes
You're telling me one of them to rope it up with the hands?
What?
I'll wash my hands and I'll put hand sanitizer when I get back to where I'm at, just because.
I do that. Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah.
But to not wash your hands, especially in a public area, it makes no damn sense.
Do you want to know the one where people don't wash them the most? Airports.
Yeah.
Airports are the worst.
Because they move it.
They piss and just walk away.
I want to say it has to be sporting arenas.
Well, sporting arenas.
Those are the most dirtiest sport.
Those, I got to tell you, I'll be watching, and I see people coming out the pooper, and they just go right to their seat. I'm like,
just disgusting.
All right. Okay.
See what you're doing over here.
No drinks.
You gonna finish that hot dog, Jimmy?
You want to?
You gonna get them nachos? Can I get
Your dirty little hands away from me.
All right, before we jump into the football here, let's finish up with these soda facts because there's a couple.
There's more.
There's always more, bro. I have to stop though.
All right.
Okay.
I just want to make sure.
Yes.
Request. I'm gonna do this later in the show.
I like that. I got that same book.
Oh yes. I'm really looking forward to that. Aluminum usage. Coca-Cola uses over 300,000 tons of aluminum for its cans annually in the United States, accounting for 17.4% of the entire U.S. aluminum production.
You said 3,000 tons?
300,000.
300,000 tons. How many
Yes,
elephants is that?
Alumina.
Yep. For its
Probably
cans
300,000
annually in the
elephants.
United States, because I
Yeah.
don't think the rest of the world does this aluminum can thing. To be honest with you, something about micro metals and also BVO, terrible everywhere else in the world but the United States.
300,000 tons. That is a lot of aluminum.
And this one's weird. Final fun fact: Coca-Cola's reach. If every drop of Coke ever made were placed in an 8-ounce bottle, and then those bottles were laid end to end, they would reach the moon and back over 2,000 times.
Why is that terrifying and cool at the same time?
Crazy, bro. Coca-Cola out here doing crazy.
But hold on, let me ask you this though: does that include the real sugar Coca-Cola at the gas station, or this is just?
Oh man, listen.
And then on top of that,
I
Mexican Coca-Cola is different.
No, listen. There's a Taco Burrito Mexico. I go there. They got the real Coca-Cola, real shit. Yeah, and I can drink that all day, and I don't have
Diabetes in a
heartburn.
bottle, please.
Listen, the
Heartburn,
Mexican
not
Cola,
from that. Yeah,
Mexican Cola versus the U.S. Cola.
Oh, way, dude,
Completely-
way different. I go up there, and it was funny too, because listen, like there ain't many places where I walk into, and I'm like, yo, can I get a Mexican Coke? Do you understand where I'm going with this? And I looked at the guy, and I'm like, yo, can I get one of your Cokes? You
Your
mean a
Coke.
Mexican Coke, bro?
Which Coke you talking about?
What, an ounce or 8 ounce?
I know I'm gonna love it. It was already weird for me because they have like deep fried burritos, but they also have chimichangas. And I thought that a chimichanga was a deep fried burrito, but you got to order the actual deep fried burrito, not the chimichanga. Oh, it's so good. The deep fried burrito is 2 times bigger. Just crazy good, dude. I love that place. Shout out Taco Burrito Mexico. But that's the end of my fun facts. So let's do a little recap. Get our friend Sneaky up here up to speed. So what we're doing is last week we broke down the NFC. And in soccer, you have what's known as a relegation zone. Are you familiar with this?
Yes. Yeah.
So what we did was we're breaking down the NFL to who's being relegated. And we'll break out the NFC real quick, and we'll recap for our listeners and yourself.
Yeah.
So from the NFC West, we relegated Seattle. From the NFC South, we relegated the Panthers. From the NFC North, I wanted to relegate the Bears, but the show decided that Minnesota needed to be relegated. I don't know what's up with that. And then the NFC East, we relegated Unfortunately, the
No.
Giants. Yes, sir.
What about the Commanders?
I don't want to sit here and act like I'm trying to be on your
I
side.
don't remember who voted for the Commanders.
We
Somebody
tried,
voted
but
for
the Commanders got a good push, but in the end, it ended up being because we don't trust Danny Dimes.
Do you want to know why? Because I'll bring it up right now, and you're going to understand why. Because everybody wants to see what Jaden Daniels is going to do at quarterback before they relegate him. Because next year they're going to get relegated. But Charles, go ahead and tell us why Jaden Daniels isn't going to be.
Jaden Daniels is too small. He's got tiny ankles. He's not going to be well. He's going to get destroyed in the NFC. He plays good tier defenses. He's going to be running from his life. You don't
want to be in New York.
You don't give up 50 sacks and then magically turn around the next season and give up 5. Like this kid's just going to wake up running.
Then we gave up 85, hopefully, but we did. But you know what? But hold on. But guess who has that offensive line coach? And he's now with the Commanders. Now, I wish I would have been on last week's show because of the fact that I would definitely defend Daniel Jones because he is my guy. Okay.
Yes.
And the fact that look what happened. They didn't feel comfortable with the quarterback that they had. What was his name?
DeVito?
No, I'm sorry. Commanders. I was going back to the Commanders.
Oh, Commanders.
Sam Howell.
They didn't feel comfortable with Sam Howell. And if I'm not mistaken, they drafted him fairly high.
And they traded him away to the Seattle Seahawks for basically nothing.
Yeah. And we don't know about Daniel Jones, but at least the team has more faith in Jones than somehow.
And I can add a little fuel to that fire as well. I'm a huge supporter of Kyler Murray based on the fact that when he played, Arizona was a playoff team. And the same thing can be said about the New York Giants. When Daniel Jones was healthy, the Giants were a playoff team and they won a playoff
And we had protection. He wasn't sacked.
Right.
85. He wasn't sacked 85 times because he was out half the year.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. I wasn't there. I hope next year I'll get that invite.
You will get that invite. Indubitably.
But now we
Defend
understand
my team.
we can relegate him next year because they have the offensive coordinator from the Giants. There we go. Yeah, we've got some fun facts.
My vote for next year is already Commanders.
Already the Commanders.
And we swept the Commanders. We beat them twice this year.
Listen, I'm telling you,
This was the reason why I did the Giants. First and foremost,
And we're friends.
I listen respectfully. I don't trust Daniel Jones. You don't have a running back because I'm sorry, Singletary is just not going to replace Barkley like you guys think. I'm not saying that he's going to be bad. Singletary?
No. Who did Singletary replace?
See what you did there. Okay.
Either way, I didn't know I never heard of that man before. Go ahead.
he doesn't play often. He's hurt a
Daniel
lot.
Jones is my biggest. Listen, it's Washington, or you can send both of y'all down there for all I care. Washington and New York, y'all both can get down. I don't know. And this is the thing. This year might be different. I understand. You don't know what's going to happen. You got Drew Lock as your backups. There's always that. But it's Danny Dimes, or as Mike likes to call him, Danny Nickel.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. I really wanted them to take a quarterback, but I think we all know why. You're paying Daniel Jones way too much money to invest in another quarterback. And let's just see give him another year or two, see what happens. You got rid of the offensive coordinator, like you said. Maybe that really was a big stone.
Well, no, not
the
coordinator, the offensive line coach.
Oh, the offensive, even better for the fucking Commanders.
Y'all could beef up that line the way that it's supposed to be, and then we'll see. Because Neighbors is a solid receiver.
Yes.
Let's just see if Daniel Jones could be the quarterback that he can be, and worth the quarterback that he's getting paid for. Because I'm like, let's not lie. $40 million is a lot of money.
Here's a fun comparison: Danny Dimes or Kirk Cousins.
It's the same to me, I feel like.
I think Danny's going to do just fine because Kirky's only great because of Justin Jefferson, if we're being honest.
Again,
Kirk Cousins, he's in an awkward. Now, I want to jump on Daniel Jones real quick, or the New York Football Giants.
Please.
For the draft, they were actually trying to get Drake May. They were offering the Patriots everything but the kitchen sink. Yeah. But the Patriots was like, no, we feel comfortable in the spot. And they didn't go all in for the quarterback because, again, Daniel Jones is paid minimum this year, because if he's not 100% this year, we can opt out. He does have an opt-out year after this year.
Is it player or team or both?
No, it's team. Joe Shane's going to make it friendly, New York Giant friendly. He's not
Okay.
going to make it player friendly. And I also want to talk back about the myth of the Giants not paying that one guy you guys mentioned. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the
Old
truth
Penn
of the
State running
matter
back.
is they made multiple attempts, not one, not two. I'm not trying to sound like LeBron here,
Yeah.
but 3 attempts to pay that one guy you were talking about, and he said no, or his people said no that were representing him, and then that's how he got stuck with the 1-year deal. And when you keep saying no, okay, we got a deadline, we gotta make some moves offensively, and because of what Jones did in Dable's first year in that offense without a number 1 wide receiver, they felt confident in giving him that money. You're paying the guy for the potential, and
Right.
he showed all the potentials. So,
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Having Neighbors now as the actual number 1 receiver for Jones, we're gonna see what he's capable of doing in the passing game now that he has a legitimate. And y'all's tight end, he's when healthy, he could be.
Darren Waller.
yeah, we don't know his status. I haven't heard anything as of lately if he's going to stay or not.
But
also,
Neighbors,
we also rebuild the offensive line too. So hopefully,
which is
that
a
will
listen. If anybody knows what the struggle of an offensive line is, trust me, I know that pain for far too damn long.
I don't think we understand it too often, do we,
Hey,
Pat?
shut it up.
Oh, yeah, just go, Pat.
Well, here's
go.
the other thing. I know he didn't get it much of a chance last year, but they had really high hopes, the Giants did, for Jalen Hyatt to be the number 1 receiver coming out of, what I think was it, Tennessee?
Tennessee, yeah.
They
just didn't have time. Jones did not have time. And that 40-0 that we lost to the Cowboys last year, yeah, I'm bringing it up. I think it was like a mental slap in the face, but he did come back and have one of the second best all-time games against, or best comeback against the Cardinals.
ACL, his
I think it was his ACL.
Yeah.
In the Raiders game. Oh, but I do want to say to the Packer fans, thank you.
DeVito.
Thank you. No, not for thank you for beating the Dallas Cowboys week 1.
Yeah, we like to hear that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, the whole game.
Our second playoff home is AT&T Stadium. We own that.
Everybody's home away from home.
My phone was going off, and I'm like, I am not touching that fucker until after the game.
I know you were
I
talking
didn't want to
bad shit that
jinx
whole
it.
night.
And I slept like I was like, ooh, I can't wait to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
I cannot wait, man. I got
That's the perks of being a Giants fan living in Dallas, because when they shit the bed, you get to go to work the next day.
Oh,
just
even
like,
better.
yeah, but when we
Hey,
should,
dumbass.
and you know what? Nobody came to my office. Nobody was. Oh, good morning, good morning, Steph. No one calls me sneaky at work. Good morning, Steph. Nobody came in. Nobody brought donuts. Nobody brought. You know what I'm saying? Like,
plague at work.
not like no one's. Hey, you want some coffee? Are you good today? Is everything okay? How's your mom?
You live in Dallas. How are the Dallas fans feeling about bringing back Zeke? Seriously?
Oh, they're excited.
They're
It's like
excited.
Jesus
They're
coming
so
back.
excited. So it depends on who you ask, because some of them are. Someone like, oh my God, he's back.
I think we were missing last year.
He's going to be the missing piece. And then you got the other ones be like, I told you he was going to come back. I told you he was going to come back. And me, I'm sitting there. You didn't want to give that running back, that $90 million running back, a 3rd and 4 handoff, and yet you bring him back.
And you line them up as center to get
You're like
smacked
for
on
his
the ass.
last play.
Yeah.
That is such.
To be honest, that might be the worst team in the NFL this year. The New England Patriots might be the worst team in the NFL this year.
I think they have so many holes.
No running game.
And to pick a quarterback, and I would have took the. I could be biased. But I would have took the trade, because we would have gave him 6, and I think we would have given him our number 1 next year, and I think a number 2 the following year.
I was
If you
calling
don't
for
laugh
it the
really
entire
hard,
time.
watch Drake May's pro day. It is terrible. He's throwing 6-yard outs. Like, the guy's literally stopping and waiting for the ball. Then he throws the ball out.
So is
It's
it just
terrible.
another Mac Jones?
It's terrible.
Are we looking at Mac Jones 2.0 coming up with Drake May?
I think we're looking at the love child of Mitchell Trubisky and Mac Jones.
You want to see some cool stats?
terrible.
Watch Bo Nix versus that North Carolina defense, and watch how much Oregon carved up how much better Bo Nix looked in that game than Drake May. That
But when you
would
play
tell you a lot
47
about
years
it.
of college football, you get a
He
pretty good
played
idea
two-
on what
he
the
played 2 more
defense is looking.
seasons.
It's 47, 2 more. It's close.
Hey,
It's clo-
every
it's clo-
every BYU quarterback that's ever played in college football has played just as long as freaking Bo Nix. So don't worry.
yeah,
about it.
that's
They're
dry
fine.
country.
We can't forget about that Georgia quarterback that when he graduated, he was
Oh,
30-something
you
years old.
No,
So
Georgia
how to let
quarterback
shit
Stetson
go.
Bennett went straight to the freaking DUI. He went to the courthouse right after he got out. That poor guy is in freaking rehab right now. I feel
Still
bad
there?
for that guy.
Didn't
Yeah,
he
he's an
got- he
alcoholic.
got put on
Apparently that was his big knock. He should never even got drafted. So he was like a
What?
big party animal. He was always at the frat houses,
Fucking grew
always
up
hammered.
watching Van Wilder
The
or
rumor
Blue Mountain
was
State.
is that national championship game. He was drunk off his ass before the game started.
At least he can
Really?
always say he's a 2-time
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
True.
Take that away. You're a 2-time drunk champion.
Do you think he becomes a used car or used tire salesman?
Because
Insurance.
what he got drafted by
Insurance?
the Chargers,
Auto
or not the
insurance.
Chargers, the
I think
Rams. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Yeah.
sell State Farm.
He's gonna have to do insurance because his drunk drivings are gonna cost him. He's gonna need
He's
that.
gonna need a discount.
But they're just gonna
discount.
wipe his slate completely clean.
That's crazy.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that about him being drunk like that.
I didn't
Yeah.
either.
Some
That's
people
why
have
he's out of
sex
the
with
league.
it.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
This,
Wait,
I
he's
don't-
not even in the league anymore?
No, he's basically suspended from team activities due to being in rehab. So he if you go look at
'Cause he got
the
put into
roster,
it,
they have him on the IR or the
'Cause they
IL.
put him on
he's
right in the
he's not
preseason.
hurt. He's just sick, mentally sick.
Wow.
That sucks though, man, because they're young. These kids these days, I don't understand what the hell they're doing with their lives. Like, you're getting paid to play a freaking
Well,
game.
They used to blame rap music. I'm just trying to figure out
Right,
what they're gonna
right.
blame next.
Yeah.
And wasn't that Grand Theft Auto too? I remember
Yeah.
there was some stuff about that.
It's always
You know, it's-
something.
They're gonna
It's-
start
it's
blaming
a lot
NIL
of,
money.
It's a lot of pressure. You got these kids, Kyler Murray, for example, undefeated in Texas, and then he goes to Oklahoma, wins the Heisman, almost wins or at least plays in the Natty. He lost
Yeah.
in the semifinals, and then he's not as successful in the NFL. I think, to me, his downfall was when he had to bring up his past resume.
Yeah.
Don't talk about what you did.
Yeah.
Don't talk about the state championships or college.
Like, you're in a different league now.
Yeah,
like, calm down.
you're playing against grown men right now. People don't
Yeah.
care about what you did back then.
I feel bad for him. He's never had a defense, no matter where he's been outside
No.
of his Texas
Or-
high school.
or
He's
even-
never had a defense.
Or even an
At all.
offensive line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to knock the Cardinals, but who am I to complain? He wasn't sacked
You're in the
5
same-
times. No,
Same
but-
conference.
But how do you feel about Williams, Caleb Williams?
I'm like, at this point, yes, I know I still have Justin Fields on my wall. I'm getting replacement jerseys. Apparently, I can't buy jerseys right now. I have to wait till Father's Day, even though it's whatever.
You got a Sharpie? Just
I'm
draw
not
an
doing
eight in the back of there. Disrespectful. He
jerseys
doesn't even
that
play
we get
for you
paid,
anymore.
I have them on pre-order. I'm okay with it.
I also have this that I need to send you as well.
Please do. I can see
Okay.
because I have it. Where's the other card you gave me? It's somewhere in here. I
Yeah.
hit it. I put it somewhere. don't
I
wanna
got
see it
cards
anymore.
everywhere. I knocked
But
like 500 of them down when I
I'm fine with
messed
it.
with the window.
It's happened. We're here. Charles, on the other hand, thinks that we're gonna shit the bed.
I don't know if he said shit to bed. He just said he doesn't believe you're going to get more than 7 wins.
I think we're gonna get 10 wins, maybe 11. And then I'm fine with it. We've addressed a very big importance with the line, defense. We have 3 number 1 receivers. Our line is still questionable because, again, it's still young. We need a center. We didn't draft a center. We didn't sign a center. So that's still a major hole that I think we need to fill. But I think weapons-wise, we're fine. Defensively, we're fine. It's just seeing what that offensive line is going to be and how upright can Caleb Williams stay. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, offensively, I believe the Bears are probably one of the most talented teams in the NFC. Offensively, they got weapons all over the place. Problem is, got to stay healthy, and your defense has to do enough to keep you in every game so your offense gets more possessions, get an extra possession a game, but a good defense will do that for you. Takes the pressure off that offense as well.
The Bears running back?
We got DeAndre Swift,
Yep.
Khalil Herbert, and Roshan Johnson.
So 2 really young
Yeah.
running backs, and then you have Swift, who's been in the league for about 4 or 5 years.
I'm like, I have faith, but again, I've learned not to put all my eggs in the basket because I'm not setting myself up for disappointment.
You're doing with 10 and 11. You're setting yourself.
I'm saying that's the expectation. The reality is we could shit the bed. The only thing that's saving us to maybe possibly have a good season is that all our division games are in the back end of the season, the second half of the season. The first 8 to 9 weeks are all non-divisional games, but having all our division games in the last 8-9 weeks of the season,
Charles, you want to look into going to a Bears-Packer game, you and me, so that we can represent Paul?
Yeah, the wife looked up Thanksgiving Day tickets for where we usually sit. $1,206 a ticket.
I don't want. No, we just want to go to the game. I don't want to go to the game.
No, I will use vettix.org. Wonderful,
that works.
wonderful.
I'm not a veteran, but that'll work as long
no,
as you
I can
order.
I can get up to 4 tickets. I can get up to 4 tickets.
I use them all the time.
Yeah, wonderful,
All right,
wonderful.
do it.
What branch you serve?
Army infantry.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
I was Army as well. I was quartermaster though.
Yeah.
We gave you guys the bullets.
Hell yeah. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Otherwise,
the mechanic.
otherwise I'd be out there.
You're the mechanic. Okay. All right.
We like to call this a veteran-ish podcast. I always put it on there, co-owned veteran podcast.
Yeah.
That's damn right.
Yeah. It's I love it. Yeah, actually hidden back in here, right through this little peek hole, up and around at the microphone. I'm in the back left. Nobody can see that.
No.
Fuck. Somebody zooms in and goes, "Hey,
One of these days we'll play around with it, Charles. We'll do the memory lane episode where you just go through all of our
I tell you,
some tales.
One of my favorite. I don't know if I ever. We'll get into it later, but it's one of my favorite stories is my piece of bubble gum from the airport to basic training.
I remember that.
Wait, you still got it?
No, oh God, no. No.
I don't like that.
Okay. All right, now I gotta tell you. All right, so real quick. So we got off the plane, and I had one piece of bubble gum left, and I was like, man, this gum, I'm gonna keep this fucking the entire time. Like, this gum is gonna be life. My last name starts with S-Y. So when we were getting in formation, when we get off the bus, the drill sergeants come on, and they're like, this is it. You leave your civilian life at the fucking trash can. Anything, gum, candy, anything you got in your pockets, throw it in the trash. I'm like, yeah, my life. That ain't me, sucker. So I get out, and I've got multiple stories. The only reason I'm alive is because my name is S.Y., I swear to God. But yes, we get off the bus, and we're all standing. We're standing up in formation. Drill sergeants are walking through and talking to everyone. And I notice out of the corner of my eye that somebody didn't spit out their gum and got caught. This dude got the shit kicked out of him. And in about 4 seconds, my gum was gone. And I shit that out about 4 years ago, according to science.
Even better. Now you see it. Now you don't.
Yeah, I was like, I found out real quick that I was not in fucking Kansas anymore.
Not how this works.
Yeah, my whole life was different.
I got to tell you a basic story.
Yeah.
As well, basic training story. So the first week, you were in Benning, right? So
yes,
you did. Okay, so I was at Fort Jackson.
Yeah.
And Camp Snoopy. I was Delta 134. Where were you?
I was Foxtrot 258.
Me, I was in
Bravo
187.
Okay. The first week is all class, right? And people are just the Z monsters knocking them out. Anyway.
You doing the voluntary nod?
Yeah, the people just pass, and then it was after lunch too. A
Death
female.
by PowerPoints.
Oh, it was bad. It was so bad. And this was back in the late. This was like 97 to be exact. So it was even worse.
I was
okay?
11.
Oh, thank you for that. Appreciate that. Fucker. So I'm facing front, I'm fighting back with the Z monster. Well, this girl got pulled back, and you get smoked. You start doing push-ups, and she kept saying, "I'm sorry, drill sergeant. I'm sorry. It won't happen again." This drill sergeant said, "I know you're sorry. Your mama know you're sorry. Your daddy know you're sorry. Your sister know you're sorry." And you're sorry. He said, your sorry ass is now in my army, and I gotta better you now. Thank you. He was just going ham.
Foul as shit.
And I'm just like, oh my God, what? And what's sad, some guys would be doing, and they start crying. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why you're here either, but you're here now.
And now
now you're my responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
I had a battle buddy piss the bed. That's a crazy story. I'll tell you guys sometime.
Over?
Oh, dude, yeah. It's well, we're gonna have to get into football.
Yeah. All right,
And the final story you guys like to remind me of is the guy the Army fucked. Like, I learned in my career super early that the Army is willing to take its dick and shove it through your throat from your ass.
With no
real
KY.
quick. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I know what not to do now. Welcome to the NFC. Goddamn autocorrect. Welcome to the NFL's AFC regulation section.
Relegation section.
This is where, just like last week, we will go through the AFC teams individually, talk about them for a few moments, and then as a show, discuss who's getting kicked out of the NFL, and we're bringing in a new team next year. Here we go, team. We are going to start with the AFC East.
All right.
Inside the AFC East, we have the Buffalo Bills. We have the Miami Dolphins, the New York Football Jets, or I think I said that wrong, but anyways, Jets, Jets, and then the New England Patriots. Patrick,
You
who are
want me
you
to start
excited
it?
about? Who do you hate? Who are you confused about? And who are we kicking to the curb?
Who am I excited about the most? I want to
Yes.
see if Aaron Rodgers makes it past 3 plays this year.
Over under on the
And
quarters played in the first game?
Over under on the quarters played this year. I bet. If you guys didn't know anything about it, I also put another bet in for another team in the AFC to not make the AFC Championship game this year. And I think you probably already know what team that is.
Taylor
But,
Swifties.
but I had to pick a team to replace them. That was the bet.
Ooh,
So
child.
yeah, who's going to take their spot? Yeah, probably the New York Jets. I want to see Aaron Rodgers actually throw a football this year and not miss.
He hasn't been
and
good
then-
in 3 years. Granted,
that's
he
true.
didn't play last
True.
year. But been a terrible at best quarterback in the last 3 years.
I believe they can improve from 7-10. I think they did enough this past offseason to
Their
do. If they get
defense, yeah.
Arguably the
Bakhtiari
worst
from the
fit
Packers,
quarterback.
I believe they'll secure the offensive line. But the Jets are not going to. The Jets aren't going to win the division. But it's just going to be cool to see Aaron Rodgers actually play a
Yeah.
game, maybe, especially if he's going to play in Germany or we're playing a game overseas or something. I can't
New
remember.
York is in Germany. The Giants are in Germany.
Oh, the
against,
Giants are in
they play in
Germany. The
London.
Jets play in London or something.
I think it's
BS
London.
or something.
Tell me you guys aren't playing the Jet. Oh, no, it's the Panthers. It's the Panthers.
Let's be honest.
We're playing Jack. Okay, I think week 4, week 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
Anyway, yep. Bottom of the barrel started off. I got the New England Patriots going 2-15 this year. Absolute dog shit. Probably might not even win 2 games this year, but we can't call them the Carolina Patriots. They're going to go in 2-15, and behind them, I have the New York Jets going 9-8, the Miami Dolphins going 10-7, and the Buffalo Bills going back 11-6, running it back with Josh Allen.
I'm so glad you're finally back to reality on this.
I never said, okay, let's just break this down. I did not ever say Josh Allen
No, you
was not a
did.
great quarterback.
did.
I said Josh Allen is not an elite quarterback.
Yeah. So there's a fine line between great and elite.
Yes, there's only
does
4
Josh
elite
Allen have-
quarterbacks in the NFL.
Does Josh Allen have that ability, or is this like a WWE WrestleMania type atmosphere? And in order for Josh Allen to even be looked at as elite, he has to beat either Burrow or Mahomes.
I'll put it this way: as a regular season
In the
quarterback, okay, but I'm going to put it this way. This is how I will say that he's a great quarterback, not an elite quarterback. I'll put this in perspective for you. If you want to go just based off of what they've done in the regular season, would you take Josh Allen or Kirk Cousins for what they do in the regular season?
I'd take Josh Allen with Justin Jefferson, but I don't think that's an option.
Cousins did the same thing with a crappy Washington
I don't
team.
think
He
it's
put
a
up
question.
stats.
I don't think it's even a question, to be honest with you. I take Josh Allen over Kirk Cousins.
You're
You're
gonna
going to take
take
Josh
Yeah, I would
Allen to
take- yeah, I
throw
was
just
gonna
as
say
many
that's not
interceptions
even-
as he does touchdowns?
I'm still trusting
No.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's
I would
Josh
take-
Allen
I would
yeah.
take Josh Allen.
I don't like garbage time, and that's almost
What
his
would be
entire
a
life.
good comparison? You can't even use Dak in that. Would you take Josh Allen over Dak?
Well,
I'd still take Josh Allen.
So I think the timeline we're looking
but
at
they've
is
always
like
had a good
seven,
defense. That's the
7 to
problem.
12 years. If Allen wins a Super Bowl in the next 7 to 12 years, I think he's on the same chapter, not page, but chapter, as the Mannings. you had Peyton and had Tom Brady. And right now, Josh has Patrick Mahomes. I think in the next 7 to 12 years, if Josh Allen can get over that hump, you're looking at the same type of career. You're looking at the same type of person.
The reason Charles
that
brought
won't
this
be elite,
up.
but he'll be a top quarterback once he's done.
Here's the problem. Charles brought this up before, and I brought this counter argument up to him. The fact that he doesn't have Stephon Diggs anymore for 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns.
But he got Coleman.
Charles said it's on Allen more than it has been any other time in his career.
They got a top 500 player in Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Okay,
Argue with me that he's not a top 500 player right now. Do it.
Considering there's only about 900 and some players in the NFL, yeah, he's better than
trying to make an argument. It's ridiculous.
I'm not wrong. And he might be closer to 100 than 5. We need to give him a little bit more credit.
You can give him all the credit you
He's
want.
a Super Bowl champion 2-time.
Yeah. And he's probably going to get traded.
If he's a starter on the field, he's more than a top 500. He's a top 300 player. But,
That's why I said he's closer to 1 than 5.
yeah.
I kudos Josh Allen. Way to get that top 500.
No, but I do agree with you. It's more on Josh Allen this year than it has ever been.
Do the wide receivers catch a ball that Josh Allen can place? That's the question. And I don't have question if Josh Allen can place that ball. That's where I sit. I think Josh Allen has proven time and time again that he can place the ball. Stephon Diggs' biggest issue was he lost
the ball to the other team a shit ton too. So
a lot less than Kirk Cousins, though.
I think they're pretty comparable.
Yeah,
Josh Allen.
it's garbage time stats you're looking at. I'm just saying. I don't even know if that's true.
I'm just saying, you had Josh Allen as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL last year. I'm pretty sure he had like 20 interceptions. He was like 31 and 20.
But he also had majority of the offensive touchdowns out of the whole team.
Yeah, because he had to run the ball.
More rushing touchdowns than their own running backs.
Sucked. I know. You can play this so many different ways.
He had 18 interceptions last year to 29 touchdowns.
So he was even worse than I thought. He was two interceptions less and 2 touchdowns less than what I thought.
Yeah. 18 interceptions on
It's not good. It's not good. That's one a game.
On 579 attempts? You throw the ball, you throw 18 of them to an interception.
I bet you I can play an entire NFL season and not throw a fucking interception because you want to
sitting on the bench. You bet your ass.
Exactly. Or
you'd be sitting on the bench
right now, as you are.
You'd be sitting on the bench. You wouldn't have an opportunity to throw a fucking ball.
You're not even gonna touch the grass.
How do you know? Swift like a cat.
They're going to make a movie about you, Mark Wahlberg.
All I'm going to say is it was
42.
holding.
I ain't making no
I don't care how you cut it. They should have called holding. I'm still bitter.
But
anyway.
I agree. Anyway, that's my picks.
Yeah, it's the thing. I don't think there is a Josh Allen argument. I think there's a Josh Allen confusion. Like, you got to get him out of that elite conversation. I don't disagree with you there. You got to do a little more. But again, at the same time, these are the same things we could be saying about Peyton Manning before he finally beat Tom Brady.
I said Josh Allen is a top 5 quarterback. But I said there's 4 elite quarterbacks. When he makes that next step and makes the Super Bowl, he'll be an elite quarterback. But until that happens, he's not an elite quarterback.
I think where you and I differ is I think he will in the next 7 to 12. I don't know if you do.
Not with Buffalo, is what I don't believe.
Yeah. That'll be an interesting conversation. So you have the New England Patriots being relegated.
I do.
For me, I think I don't know if the Bills are going to take the division, but then again, saying that Miami's the best team in that division makes me want to throw up a little bit.
We do have to assume everyone is 100% healthy the whole season during these pre-game.
But even with that, as much as Buffalo let walk away, especially on their defensive side, that raises a lot of flags in the sense of
Miami lost their defensive coordinator, though.
I hear you. Which he was our defensive coordinator before he went to Denver, the head coach up there. Fangio is a very good defensive-minded coach. So losing that kind of play calling on the defensive side, even having the kind of players that they still have, I still think Miami might take – I'm not going to say run away because, again, they had the lead last year and they let that thing just slip out their fingers like you're on the Titanic.
Yes. You ready for some inside information?
What?
The Miami Dolphins on the second half of the season have the hardest schedule.
What's their strength of schedule? Are they 12th or something like that?
Miami?
Yeah.
No, they're in the 10s. And
In
the
the
back
10s.
half is terrible, and they play in many cold places, including Lambeau Field in November
So
23rd.
again,
We can go to that game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah, we
get
should go to that.
Miami,
No.
but I'm
That's
not
the Thanksgiving game. No.
Oh, it's the Thanksgiving game.
I'm not betting all my
Goodbye.
VA check on Miami taking the division. Not happening.
No.
I'll put $5 on it.
Okay.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Um,
are we gonna have a jersey bet again this year? Can we have a jersey bet on the Packers Bears? Let's do something. Let's do
I'm
something.
with it.
fun.
I'm here
All right, let's
for
do
it.
it. Let's
Whatever
do it.
Paul
Right
wants
It
to
has to be
lose.
the last game since it's the last
now.
game.
Let's
of
do
the
all
season.
three of us. Let's do all three of us. Whatever,
That's fine.
Whatever.
We're gonna bet on the last game since we play the last week of the season.
Yeah, that's smart.
Okay, we can do
We
that.
want to wait till Thanksgiving to see how Caleb plays.
Sure.
That's
All right.
very mature.
Bye.
And then obviously the clear favorite to get regulated is the fucking Patriots because they look like a dog shit up there. And
Isn't that crazy to think that Brady was
fallen off so
Brady
bad.
broke that team? Brady
Like,
broke
they
that
have
team.
fallen
You think
off.
Mini
no,
Belichick
wait.
in his first season is going to go 2-14 or 2-15?
Well, hold on. Let's not forget, before Brady got there, they were dog shit.
Charles said that. Charles brought this up.
Not Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah,
I
Bledsoe.
mean, they made the Super Bowl, but when Brady took over, they were 1-3 that year in 2001.
Tom Brady definitely, clearly, we had the question when he left to Tampa Bay, how was this dynamic shift was going to be? Who was going to get the better off, Brady or Belichick? And clearly, Brady had the better last few years because Belichick fell completely the fuck off.
And Brady did get his 7th ring.
And
So-
he proved, and it was literally the next year after you leave the Patriots, you get your 7th ring without Belichick, and Belichick hasn't been able to produce a team since then.
A playoff team.
Right?
A
Yeah,
competitive
oh, no.
He-
They did go to the playoffs, but
But it was dog shit.
they got spanked by Buffalo.
Like, I would
in
not
the
be.
wild
I
card.
wouldn't.
Was
feel
that still the
confident as a
leftover Brady team though?
Yeah,
wasn't it? 'Cause it was
I think
just
that
not.
was Jones's first year.
Yeah, it was
it
everybody
was his
but
rookie year.
Gronk and Brady were
It
still
just-
basically on that team. Yeah.
But I just don't see them.
Did you know the
they're
difference?
not-
Oh, go ahead.
They're
Sorry.
not. Patriots are the team that's got to go. It's just you have no. The last 4 years, you guys have shown that you don't know what you're doing in that front office. Your coaching staff. You let Patricia, a defensive coach, call offensive plays.
Yeah.
What the fuck is you doing?
Yeah.
And they were just okay with it. That's such a
Like,
crazy
it's
world.
so-
Not even that.
I
The
don't know what
Detroit
to
Lions
do.
took that and ran with it, made him their head coach. That was the one thing that made me laugh so friggin'
Your
hard.
mail might change the atmosphere, but until that day comes and we see the proof in the pudding, I can't trust the Patriots to say that I'm confident that they're going to do something. And you saying that they're going to win 2 games, that's hella generous.
I will say this: when SportsCenter was interviewing Mayo, the first question they asked him, jokingly, they said, "So, who's your offensive coordinator?" 'Cause last year they didn't have one. They didn't have one under Belichick. And Belichick is a tightwad when it comes to paying his coaches. He don't really pay his coaches.
No.
So I think the reason why he didn't have an offensive coordinator because he didn't want to give anybody that pay. Because what Michaels was with at the time, the Raiders, if I'm not mistaken.
He hired
trash.
his own kid who picked his nose on the sideline and looked like he was on the spectrum a little bit. So,
Oh,
I mean,
no, he didn't look like it. That fucker's on the spectrum.
and the thing is, he's like
I want his haircut though. His haircut was fire.
He's a coordinator for the Washington Huskies or something. Feel bad for that football program.
Oh my god.
Watch him have success and like in the Big Ten and do really good.
So
We're all
you've
sitting
got
back laughing.
so PR quick cap. You have Miami taking the cake.
Yeah.
So somewhere in the middle, we have Buffalo and the New York Football Jets. I'm guessing you go Jets, Buffalo,
Correct.
New England. Interesting. I like it. Sneaky.
I'm with PR with Miami.
Yeah.
I like what they did with their pickup with Beckham for this year and with Tyreek Hill and Beckham on the same side of the ball. And I think you got the mastermind in the lab, their head coach. He's going to put something together
Yeah.
for that offensive group to, I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked if they scored 70 again this year.
What team are they going to score 70 on?
I don't have to look at the schedule. I mean, it's if
The
they play
Bears.
Washington again, then or no Denver again, then it's a possibility. No, but I would go if I would go bottom to top. I'm with you guys with the Patriots.
They
got a
have to be
long
the
way to go.
Raiders if they do it to anyone. Looking at their schedule quick.
It could be the Raiders.
Okay,
Yeah. And they play the Raiders at home. So
let's see.
If they do it to the Raiders, I hate the team that plays the Raiders next, because the last time they had 70 dropped on them, the next week they mollywopped the team that, you know.
Did they really?
Or you
Chargers
talking
real
about Denver
dirty.
went and whooped
No,
Kansas City the next week.
The Raiders did what? They lost 3-0, and then the next week they smacked the Chargers for 50 points.
Oh,
I thought you were
yeah.
talking about Denver. Denver getting walloped, and then 2 weeks later they beat.
Kansas City, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kansas City still hasn't lost in Las Vegas yet, by the way, which is hilarious.
I got to go Dolphins, Jets, Buffalo, and Miami. I think Miami and Buffalo is going to be a tight race at the end of the season.
Again.
So
Yeah.
that'll be mine. Of course, yeah, I think Patriots should be relegated.
Okay, so made it simple.
You made it simple?
No, y'all
He
did.
never makes it.
Yeah,
so
no, I'm
you-
not. I'm definitely not making it simple. In fact, I think Miami could shock the world and be relegated. I really do. I think they got a lot of issues going on down in Miami. They've lost a lot. We'll see what Mike Daniels can put together. The thing that had them in unnecessary situations to begin the season was their defense. Yeah, Vic Fangio had the ability to figure that out. But Vic Fangio isn't there now, and guess who is there? That's right, Joe fucking Barry. Okay? So no, Miami is not going to do okay. It's not like magically Joe Barry with worse players is going to have a better defense in Miami than he could ever figure out in Green Bay. I think you're crazy for that.
No, but he's got a better offense.
Ooh, no, he doesn't. I don't think Miami's offense.
I beg to differ. Miami had the best offense.
It's because you put up 70 on Denver. I mean,
Yeah, but even then they still outscored the rest of the league by points. So
yeah, it's still, this ain't a fan thing though. But I like Green Bay way better. I trust the quarterback and
Well, I
who
hope
runs
you
the
do.
offense.
I would be upset if
My question about the Bears isn't their wide receivers, their offensive line, their tight end.
we know what your question is.
That's me. That's a me thing. And Miami's one sack and a terrible running play away from being relegated.
No, they're one concussion away from being regulated.
You see what I mean? Their entire season still falls on the lines of a quarterback they're not willing to give an extension to. Miami's got so much going on. I think their magic show was last year. Enjoy that 70. You'll talk about it for the next 20 years like you've done Dan Marino, who hasn't won a Super Bowl.
That hurts.
Any chance we get to talk about Dan Marino, he's the only guy who doesn't get talked about a lot. I don't know if that's because he never won a Super Bowl or not.
Damn.
Oh, I
there's a
said
lot
that
of
twice?
quarterbacks that were really good that didn't win a Super Bowl though.
I would be foolish to pick anything other than the New England Patriots. If I'm betting money and everything's 100%, which is something that I stated during PR speech, I can't sit here and assume Miami's going to be hurt and then pick them to be relegated because of that. It would be the New England
But
Patriots.
do you have Miami as the second worst team?
Yes,
So who's
indubitably. New York Jets.
Okay.
I think with a healthy Aaron Rodgers, the Jets win a hell of a lot more games. They were losing games like 7 to 4.5.
So question.
Yeah.
As of right now, is Aaron Rodgers the worst Jets quarterback in history?
Yeah, indubitably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played 4 seconds and got hurt.
If he doubles up on it, 8 seconds. Just like
But-
the old.
He's playing on real grass week 1, so he might make it out of week 1.
I'm very glad you brought
Hey,
that up, though.
if
'cause
he gets hurt in 8 seconds, we got the perfect shirt for him. We're gonna get Aaron Rodgers on a bull getting bucked off. 8
Yeah,
seconds.
8
with
seconds.
a big old cast on his other
Wrong
leg.
sport,
do
dude.
you guys know if he went in that dark cave again for 4 days?
Yeah, I think he did.
Oh,
Did he?
yeah. Dog.
I know he got in trouble on the Pat McAfee show and then hid. So he yelled at Jimmy Kimmel, and then Jimmy Kimmel was like, "I'm gonna sue you," and then he's, "I don't even do this shit. I play football," and then stopped talking. So
And never to be heard.
He doesn't need to do anything. He has nothing to prove.
I was gonna be vice president with
Stay healthy,
RFK
maybe.
Jr. there. That was very. Shut the fuck up, Aaron. Just play football. Just fucking play football, dude. But so here's something else I would like to point out to Jets fans specifically. This isn't fucking Tom Brady, right? There is a huge difference between Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, and it's not the rings on his finger, it's the organization. The Green Bay Packers were immediately better when Aaron left. The Green Bay Packers were amazing with Aaron Rodgers, but then his time had come. And this wasn't like a Tom Brady thing where, oh, we don't know who's going to be good, if it's Tom or this, right? You move the clock forward. Oh, it mirrored Tom Brady a little bit, but it's the complete opposite. Tom Brady held that organization together, while in the last 3 years, Aaron Rodgers held the Green Bay Packers back. Or 2 years, however you want to put it. Completely different. So if you're thinking that Aaron Rodgers is your Tampa Bay's Tom Brady, you're fucking crazy, right?
This is the crazy thing. Like with Green Bay, as much shit as they got, even when they drafted Aaron Rodgers, it was pretty much the same scenario when Brett Favre's attitude when they drafted Aaron Rodgers and the attitude that Aaron Rodgers had when y'all drafted Jordan Love. The thing that sucked about New England, they didn't draft for the future. They drafted just to keep Tom Brady happy. And so when he finally left, there was nobody there to take control of the team like Tom Brady. At least, I can't believe I'm gonna say this shit out loud. At least the Packers for the last 20 fucking years have been able, 30 years, if you really think about it, as much as it sucks, I understand it, because even with Kirk Cousins, you drafting a young quarterback, knowing that you still have some in the tank, I know your ego has to get shot. But at the end of the day, you're not going to be here forever. So as an organization, you have to prepare for when you do walk away. Yeah. And that's what happened. And Jordan Love stepped up, even though he looked a little shaky before Aaron Rodgers walked away. But last year, he showed that he can be the starter for the Green Bay Packers.
Even if he doesn't like seasons. What game of the season is Aaron Rodgers going to surpass Brett Favre's legacy of 22 touchdown passes for the Jets?
He might do that this season.
He's going to get hurt 37 seconds into the damn season.
37 seconds?
37 seconds.
So Favre played 1 year with the Jets and threw 22 touchdowns and 22 interceptions with the Jets.
Yeah. Yeah. That's because Rex Ryan didn't know how to call plays. I don't think Rex
He was too busy texting pictures of his feet.
I'm still waiting for Rodgers to be sending them pics. But he goes in that dark retreat too much. He's not on his phone.
Can you believe that he never got nothing out of that? And his wife was like struggling with cancer when that was all going down. When he was sending the old D pics to that.
What about the fact that he took the money from like the poor fund in Mississippi to build a gym
for the show purpose, allegedly? But
allegedly, yes, allegedly.
We're not trying to get sued over here.
Yeah, allegedly.
And the only reason why I bring that up and it makes it look bad was because he has text messages, alleged text messages saying, "Will this fall back on me? Allegedly, will this make me look bad?" You already know you're doing allegedly. You already know you're doing wrong. Allegedly.
Yeah, I love that word.
Allegedly, you're still a dumbass.
I mean, Charles, there's two words Charles likes to use. It's indubitably and it's allegedly.
Yeah,
we use it a lot on this show. A lot.
I think, but in the grand scheme of things, where everything is 100% healthy. Yes, he's going to get hurt 37 seconds in, whatever. In this world, he's not.
An exact 37 seconds. If Vegas has that to bet when I go out there, let me know.
Over under 1 minute, does he get hurt?
Over
30 seconds, under a minute.
Yeah, you thought that would be a sure bet last year.
Didn't work.
It wasn't.
But I don't know which one is more intriguing, Charles, the AFC North or the AFC South this year.
It's funny you bring that up because we'll be jumping right into the AFC North after this. I think it's going to be the Jets, Buffalo, Miami, Patriots.
Sounds legit.
And that's, again, this is way too early predictions where we're assuming everyone is 100% healthy in the entirety of the season. Because just like those magical Leopleurodons, we're here to show you the way. And this way leads us to the AFC North. And our AFC North teams are the Baltimore Ravens, the Cleveland Browns, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Cincinnati Bengals. I think
every team was above 500 last year.
How do we relegate a winning team? Because arguably everything we've relegated so far.
Oh, this is not that difficult for me. There's already one team that I already know off the top of my head. I'm relegating them.
Justin Fields? Or I'm sorry, Russell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
They look
I'm
almost
done with
alike.
it.
Steel country. Let's meld. Is that what he's going to be saying out there? Let's weld. So we'll do this. We'll do this snake style. I'll start us off for this one. So we've got the greatest regular season quarterback the NFL has ever seen in Lamar Jackson. You've got the questionable Cleveland Browns. You have the I'll stay around 500 and be happy because I'm not a losing coach Pittsburgh Steelers. And then you have the we don't start till week 6 Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
Tough one. I've got to give the greatest regular season quarterback of all time his respect.
You're an asshole.
I think Lamar Jackson is going to do what he does every year. He's going to destroy the regular season like nobody's ever seen before. We're going to talk about this guy like he should win his 3rd MVP because he's the greatest regular season quarterback the NFL has ever seen. So when you have the greatest regular season quarterback the NFL has ever seen on your team, you should win your division. So I've got the Baltimore Ravens with the greatest regular season quarterback ever taking the division. This is tough for me because Cincinnati's healthy the whole year. I love them more. But I just can't. So I'm going to go almost exactly how it's laid out in front of me. The Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, Cincinnati Bengals. I'm relegating the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolute and tootly.
So am I next?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I got to say the Steelers at the bottom. Browns. Actually, did they re-sign Flacco or did Flacco officially retire?
No, I think he's high school coaching now.
Either that or
He's
he's
not on the team.
Because
not on the team. He's not signed to any team right now. If he does get signed,
okay. But so that Deshaun Watson is back.
Yeah.
allegedly.
Hopefully he's.
We keep hearing about this 2020 Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I know, right?
We'll make sure he has his masseuse on deck to rub him out.
Yeah, and make sure she signed a
NDA.
Yeah, NDA.
Shut up.
That was awesome right there. I think actually I think I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna go Browns number 4. And then Steelers now, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Browns and the Steelers have the same record at the end of the year. If it's
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go Ravens and then Bengals. I think Burrow has something to prove. He wants to get back to the Super Bowl. And the fact that he wants to beat Mahomes, because Burrow wants to have that cigar at the end of the season.
Yeah. Do you think he treats that cigar the same way I treat pumpkin pie, one time a year on Thanksgiving?
I think so.
Yeah.
So. And I'm like that too. But I try and go, I do twice a year, Thanksgiving and Christmas. I get my pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Try pumpkin pie and a slice of ham. You're welcome. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Squirrel moment.
We have ham on Christmas, so
I was fantasizing about some pumpkin
Clearly,
pie.
clearly we're having moments right now.
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
Yeah. I like it. I like the list.
This AFC North is a very, because they're all, again, like you said last year, they were all above 500. They were all they were right there. My biggest concern, again, we had this conversation a few months ago when it came to Cleveland. It depends on Deshaun Watson. This team's success is dependent because they have a defense, they have weapons on offense, but it's solely dependent on who's quarterback. And if Deshaun Watson is not giving me Deshaun Watson of the early Houston Texans days, that Cleveland team is mid at best. Their defense is going to carry that team, and that's only going to take you so far. This isn't back in the early 2000s where defenses that were like this can win you championships. You need points on the board. And I'm probably still going to put Pittsburgh as the team I'm going to regulate just because
I don't know if y'all saw me just jump right now. That was my dog's white nose, and it scared the crap out of me. I'm going to be like,
Where the hell you going?
he needed some attention. I'm sorry, PR.
no, but I'm going to put Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore, and I got Cincy taking it.
Okay. I like it.
That's
You
my
telling
pick.
me the greatest regular season quarterback of all time is about to be dethroned?
So
By
Charles.
the next best regular season quarterback.
Whoa. Talk to me on Thanksgiving,
boy.
Caleb. Talk to me on Thanksgiving.
We'll see you there.
Bitch.
Try to keep it civilized.
During football, it's Packers and Bears. The only thing civilized is the lake between us.
That's still debatable.
Especially if the wind picks up. So you relegated Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Interesting. So go ahead, Patrick.
I'm going to reach out and say that I'm going to start from the top. The Baltimore Ravens, for having the best regular season
quarterback.
Not only that, they got rewarded with a pretty easy freaking schedule as well, which is insanity. Let's just go over their schedule real quick. I'll run it down. Kansas City, Vegas, Dallas, Buffalo, Cincinnati, Washington, Tampa, Cleveland, Denver, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Los Angeles Chargers, Philadelphia Eagles, Giants, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Houston. But here's the thing. Yeah, those are some playoff teams on there, but most of their tough games are at home that are non-conference. So say what you may, they were one of the best regular season teams last year. If they do not win 13 or 14 games again this season, it'll probably be a sham. But I got Baltimore winning. I got them winning 13 games this year, go 13-4 again. Lamar Jackson probably going to be in the MVP conversation again.
Greatest regular season quarterback of all time.
And the fact that they've got Derrick Henry now is going to solidify that rushing attack that they have not had. They've had to usually do it by committee the last 3-4 seasons because guys are getting hurt. To have a running back there who can basically gets better as I don't know nowadays does he get better as the game goes on, but he definitely still hits as hard as anybody. He's a freaking brick shit house out there in the backfield. Regardless of how old he is, still Derrick Henry. So say what you will. So I got Baltimore up on top. Right behind them, I'm with you, Paul. I got Cincinnati making the playoffs. Joe Burrow coming back for it. And I got Cleveland underneath, but I have more faith in Deshaun Watson than I do in Mr. 13 toilets in his house, leading them. How many toilets is he going to have in his Pittsburgh house? Russell Wilson is not. Let's just be honest. I can almost guarantee I will see Justin Fields on the field. You will see Justin Fields on the field if Russell Wilson does what Russell Wilson does. With him only having, a $2 million contract with Pittsburgh?
There's no reason to keep him on there if he starts.
There's no reason to keep him on that team, especially if they struggle.
But you know why he's cheap this year? Because
Denver's the dumbass of this scenario.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's not like he was
Justin
playing
Fields
out
has
of his
a really-
mind the last 2 seasons either.
Yeah, Justin Fields has a Johnny Manziel problem, though. The kid doesn't listen, and he doesn't study. But you better start.
Listen, I'd pray for nothing but the best for Justin Fields.
Me too. That's pretty deep. He is an Ohio State quarterback and a former Chicago Bears quarterback. There is not a lot riding on the table for me personally. But as a human being,
we relegate the Pittsburgh Steelers completely out of the division.
Yeah, that's a 2-1. Yeah, 2. No, 3. I believe Sneaky had Cleveland.
Regulate Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I relegated Cincinnati.
So Pittsburgh is gone.
Yeah, Pittsburgh it is. Very interesting though. Oh, what did I do? That's okay.
You relegated Cincinnati with quite possibly the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
Out of the
I
NFL.
can see why.
With one of the best quarterbacks. I don't get that. That's like me saying Buffalo
who did they
should be
address
kicked
for
out.
their running back situation when Mixon left? That's a big question. And then on top of that, did they re-sign Hutchinson?
Yes, they did re-sign the defensive lineman. He re-signed with them.
I've got a lot of reasons for it. I think my biggest reason is that they have this thing called the jungle pit, and they're a fucking Bengal. They ain't no Bengals in the jungle.
They
It's
got
a
a zoo there. Come on,
Hey,
man.
did you not watch Jungle Book, bitch?
I did. And they're lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, you're still not going to find them in a fucking jungle. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a whole lot of faith in Zach Moss being the starting running back for the.
I don't have a lot of
Bengals.
faith in Cincinnati, and Joe Burrow had this one magical season, and people are talking about him like they're fucking Michael Jordan again.
He also was hurt last year. He was playing when he shouldn't have been playing. I think everybody can agree for that.
Kyler Murray was hurt last year too. They both have as many playoff opportunities. What's the difference? One plays Call of Duty more than the other?
They almost made the play. Cincinnati almost made the playoffs without Burrow.
That's 9-8. What's
9-8.
almost making the playoffs at 9-8?
They were a game.
the New Orleans
They won
Saints
the
won a
game. They would have
playoff
won. They
game
made the
with a
playoffs.
7-10
That's because their division.
The Seahawks won the playoff game.
What are you? No.
The Seahawks beat the Saints in the divisional playoffs with a 7-9 record. So
Yeah.
Shit's capable.
Yeah. If my grandma had wheels, she'd be considered a bike. There's that. Okay.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda, right out of there. Yeah?
Okay. Like I'm just sitting here and telling you how the cookie crumbles, and more often than not, it's with Cincinnati on the bottom. Right? It's like playing tennis against the drapes here. Jesus Christ. Kid, of course. Would I be surprised if Cincinnati won the division? Honestly, yes. I don't look at Cincinnati.
Win the division, yeah.
I don't look at Cincinnati as anything spectacular. And if I don't think they're going to win the division, I don't have them on some magical run in the playoffs, considering they're going to be facing the likes of Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes. Or
he owns Patrick Mahomes, though.
Yeah. Well,
has he lost to him?
He has lost to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it not last year's AFC Championship game, but before they had Cincy? Remember, because that Cincy player hit Mahomes as Mahomes was going out of bounds, and then they ended up kicking the field goal.
Yeah.
To
because the Kansas City Chiefs have won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years.
5.
Yeah.
3 in 5 years.
Did Cincinnati win a Super Bowl in that time?
Ooh, you're an ass.
No, they didn't. So again, it's one of these things where it's.
What have you done for me lately?
I don't trust Cincinnati. That's fine. They show up in week 6, and in that division, it's too late.
Is Joe Burrow the best quarterback in Cincinnati Bengals history?
He has a little more to go.
Yeah,
he has a little more to go.
So is that Carson Palmer's title, or what?
No, I think. Kenny was it? Who was Kenny?
Kenny. What the hell's his name?
Oh my God. Kenny Anderson. Kenny Anderson. Yes.
Kenny Anderson.
I want to say Boomer Esiason, but
that's what I was thinking about. That Boomer's who I was thinking about.
I mean, I might be a little old head for that.
And here's another thing too: the best wide receiver in football. Y'all can take that to the bank and shove it.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
There's this thing out there,
right? Is he a top receiver in the league?
Did Justin Jefferson make Joshua Dobbs look good?
No.
Or did Dobbs make Jefferson look good?
You get the hell out of here. Wait, one of them was hurt, wasn't it? Didn't Justin get hurt pretty quickly into this scenario?
I'm not saying that Jamar Chase is the top receiver in the league, because that could be debatable. Is he a top 5 receiver in the league? You could debate that. You could put that in our conversation. No?
Yeah. Look at targets. If you look at targets,
I'll give him 10.
Last year he was targeted.
10?
Yeah, I can name 5 right now better than him, whether you want to hear it or not.
No.
Drop them names.
CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams,
7, 11. Come on. All right, no.
Justin Jefferson.
Go ahead.
Let's see. Who's that guy in Miami?
Waddle?
No,
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill. I'm sorry. Tyreek Hill. There's 4. Let's see. Hold on. Puka Nacua. 5. I take Puka all day. Are you kidding me?
Over Jamar Chase?
Damn. Look what Puka did. Don't tell me Matt Stafford wasn't hurt. And Puka was still out there destroying shit.
You know what? As much as I love Puka, most of his receptions were under like 5 or 6 yards. So come on.
Yeah, but then he would break it the other 55.
I hate that argument. I don't like that argument, the whole 5 yards.
You might as well just say Keenan Allen is a better receiver than him. Mr. averages like 8.5 yards a reception. If you can be a receiver, I want the best wide receiver as a player.
Garrett Wilson, he's better than Justin Jefferson.
Garrett Wilson is not better than half the players in the league. Garrett Wilson was terrible last year.
Better than Jamar Chase right now.
With Aaron Rodgers? Yes.
Right now.
Yes, indubitably.
Let's do a bet on one of these later in the season. Let's see where one of these guys is going to end up in.
Hell no, I'm not. You think Aaron Rodgers with Garrett Wilson is going to have less than Jamar Chase with whoever's not hurt?
Vape that you're smoking.
I've been cutting back, but nothing.
I bet you Justin Jefferson with Mr. Caveman himself isn't even going to get 1,000 yards this season.
Oh, yeah, you will.
With that quarterback?
Yeah, you're not on the pedestal you're on with Justin Jefferson. You just got to throw him the ball.
That guy won't even throw for 2,500 yards for the entire season because he's going to be on his ass 90% of the time. He's not mobile at all. He's not mobile.
This is why they were like, oh, yeah, Minnesota gets relegated. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
why I
fine.
said
That's
Minnesota
fine,
didn't
like
get
box
relegated.
wine from Walmart. That's how fine that is. Box wine from
I
Walmart,
like-
fine.
Well, then that's pretty shitty.
So you're gonna sit here
I
on
understand your point that
May,
you're trying to
May
make. Yeah.
19th,
Yeah.
2024, and say
6 days after my
at
36th birthday.
At best, Jamar Chase is top 10.
Yeah, I'd be comfortable putting him at 6 or 7.
2 years in a row, you haven't had your starting quarterback, and your targets went down by half.
Listen, don't give me.
You're not
listen,
going to have the same
Hold
production.
hold on. Listen. Who's throwing you the ball does not make you a great wide receiver. I'm sorry.
I'll give you that argument. I'll give you that argument.
If all you got to do is get the ball, you got to win more of the 50-50 balls than not.
Justin Jefferson's only had one player throw him the football his entire career. It's been Kirk Cousins.
Mr.
So your
Garbage Time.
point is completely invalid now because now we get to see what's going to happen with Justin Jefferson.
He got Sam fucking Darnold.
Yeah,
as his
Sam,
quarterback.
I can't move. My 40 time was probably 5.6.
It's hard to argue this when
seconds.
Justin
Arnold.
Jefferson himself feels the same way. He has not signed an extension, and he won't until the end of the year. If he does, and he'll request a
He
change.
knows
if
his
it's
quarterback's
something-
dog shit.
He got
so
JJ now.
But
so
he's got
it's
JJ.
on JJ.
Yeah.
he's going to be doing them jump passes all day long.
Regardless, Justin Jefferson is getting 1,000 yards this year. He's going to be a top fantasy pick, a top 5 fantasy pick.
But you're saying Jamar Chase is not a top 5 receiver.
No, listen, and it's not about Jamar Chase. It's more about the rest of the talent in the NFL. I'm not saying Jamar Chase isn't talented, but yet last year, 2 years ago, yeah, sure, top 5.
The
Now,
thing is,
hell
Jamar
no.
Chase will probably be the second wide receiver behind Jefferson taken in fantasy football. So that we just don't get that. I guess production wise, he's going to put up numbers if he comes back healthy. There's no way around it.
And I got slow internet here. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on outside.
We are.
But I'm trying to see 4 other wide receivers. I'll give you Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tyreek Hill.
But give me 3 other receivers, or no, 2, 3, 4, because I could easily see Chase being the top 5. Easy.
The only questionable one in there, I guess, through here in my ears would be maybe Puka Nacua. But again,
Do you even know what he had last year?
who?
Jamar Chase had 100 receptions last year for 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns. That was a really crappy year for him. That was a down year.
And his quarterback
That was
at
a
the
down
end
year, and
of his career
that's
was
still
Browning.
top 5. That's still top 5 without your quarterback.
He was not
That's
a top
still-
5 wide receiver last year.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, if you go by yards, oh yeah.
Yeah, he had 1,216 yards last year.
While we're looking this up, too, we are approaching the AFC South. Wide receiver. Oh, shit. My bad. It is 2024 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 other wide receivers caught more balls. Let's see.
But losing Joe
12,
Burrow
16. I don't know, because Adam Thielen's on this list with 103 catches, only 200
you
less
yourself
yards.
said that yards are not a factor in whether
Hold on, listen. I'm talking
How
the
many
same damn
targets did
stats
those
you
guys
guys are
have?
talking. The targets, okay, he's got 100 on the actual target list itself. Okay, Adam Thielen 103, Devontae Adams 103, Puka Nacua 105, AJ Brown 106, Stephon Diggs 107, Keenan Allen 108, Michael Pittman 109, Evan Ingram 114, Amon-Ra St. Brown 119, Tyreek Hill 119, CD Lamb 135.
Yeah, look at their targets too. They're about 40 more targets, 40 over the course of that's 5 more a game.
But listen, on that entire
makes a
list,
big
there's
difference.
only 4 wide receivers who had less yards. And those
Yeah,
4
but
wide
they-
receivers who had less yards, Adam
Charles,
Thielen, Devontae
I'm saying-
Adams, Stephon Diggs,
yeah,
and
his targets went down
Evan
because
Ingram.
he didn't have a legitimate starting quarterback throwing him the football. He had a third-string backup quarterback throwing him the football. That does make a difference, a huge difference, stat-wise.
you can't use a stat to put him in the top 5, but then say because his quarterback was hurt, he didn't get the stats. That's why he should still be in the top 5. That argument doesn't work for me.
one
if you're the
season-
best wide receiver, if you're going to be in the conversation for 1, 2, or 3, it doesn't matter who's throwing you the fucking ball. You got to catch it. You got to get the yards. You got to get the touchdowns. And on the stat list there, other wide receivers did it better.
There's a
Well,
reason
this
why I
website
put CeeDee
I'm on.
Lamb at number 7, because he's not going to have 1,700 fucking yards next year. That's just a
So I'm
fact.
looking at this list for
But that's
2024.
yeah.
It's got Jefferson at 1,
Yeah.
Hill at 2, CeeDee Lamb at 3, eat shit, Devontae Adams at 4, and Jamar Chase at 5.
Who's number 6?
Number 6 is A.J. Brown. 7, Amon-Ra St. Brown. 8, Brandon Ayuk. 9, Stephon Diggs. And 10, Deebo
Ayuk.
Samuels. And they got 11 for
Puka.
And is that for fantasy picks?
this is not fantasy. This is just straight up who the top receivers in the league going into next year is right now.
Yeah. If
That's
you're
what they
comfortable
have.
taking Jamar Chase as 5, again, I would take Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I mean, we're getting off topic
Why
here,
are
but
yards
that's right.
they're the only thing that you're looking at, though?
Yards aren't the only thing. You're the
I
one
mean,
who brought up yards.
are you looking as your like standard or prerequisite, or what you want to call it? Is it, do you count eye candy or do you count numbers? Like, what do you?
I guess for me, it would be production plus acknowledgement. And the only time you hear about Jamar Chase is when they're winning.
All right, I got the rankings for fantasy football for
Yeah.
next year. This is next
All
year.
right.
The ranks that they have them as right here, the one that I'm on right now, it's got CeeDee Lamb at 1, Tyreek Hill at 2, Jamar Chase at 3, Jefferson at 4, A.J. Brown at 5, Amon-Ra St. Brown 5, A.J. Brown 6, Puka 7, Wilson at 8, Ayuki at 9, and Samuels at 10.
I guess, too, arguably, the one I would switch on that list would be Amon-Ra for Puka. I'd have Jamar Chase comfortably at 6 or 7.
I think CeeDee Lamb is way overrated on that one. That's just my 2 cents.
For fantasy,
Yeah, I wouldn't. CeeDee Lamb would not be the first receiver I picked.
Now
I'm
that
like, he's
Zeke
probably
is
not.
back,
He's
I
probably not
wouldn't
going to be
put-
the first receiver taken off the board.
No.
But his production is still.
But
he's
I take-
top 3 fantasy.
I take Justin
3.
Jefferson.
I got him at.
before.
I'd take him 3.
He's
I'd take him
definitely
the third
top
one
3 in
wide
fantasy
receiver
when it
off the
comes to
board.
receiver.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're definitely going to see a different CeeDee Lamb this year because, again, Zeke is not going to be what they think he is. Losing Pollard is going to hurt more than what they think. Them
No,
not
but-
re-signing Gallup is going to hurt.
But Dallas is going to commit themselves to the run with Zeke because they're bringing him back. He's comfortable with the system. They're gonna try to run the ball with him, and they're gonna try to take pressure off of Dak throwing the ball 45 times a game.
And plus, I hate the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm
So
not giving them any good credit.
fantasy focus for last year, right?
You're looking at fantasy sports.
We were
That's
just
the
talking
problem.
about fantasy.
Yeah, I don't look at fantasy as do you really think Adam Schefter and all these guys that make the rankings are going off of fantasy rankings when they're trying to who's the best player in the NFL?
So why didn't you say that when the fantasy argument was
I didn't.
supporting your conversation?
I didn't say anything about fantasy the whole time. I was not.
No, I'm asking
I
you,
wasn't
when they
arguing
brought
with
up fantasy, why did you say, no, that doesn't work? But when I'm going to use it for against Jamar Chase, fantasy doesn't count.
I don't play. I'm not a champion. I'm not a champion, so I guess I don't get the fantasy. See here, he's gonna bring it out. He's gonna bring it out. Charles, come on, get your.
What
get your-
is that? What is that?
this
right here?
fantasy football? He's got a belt over here. Look at him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't
look at
see
it.
that.
Look at him over
Okay.
here.
Oh, that's why you got the hat, because the shine. Oh, I see why you got the hat on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the 13th ranked wide receiver.
Charles, come on. Just be completely honest. I threw Charles the biggest bone anybody in fantasy football has ever thrown anybody by not taking a running back to not be named.
You took
In
you
the
did you
NFL
did take
draft.
CMC. I'm like, what the
I
hell?
didn't
You-
take CMC, and Charles rode him like a freaking dog into the freaking.
Seriously,
There's no
for
difference.
18 weeks, all I heard was that dude's gonna get hurt. That dude's gonna get hurt. And for 18 weeks, I watched everybody else's running back get hurt. It was fun.
To be honest, I had a valid point.
You-
CMC
yeah,
had
listen.
never played an entire season without getting hurt.
I don't think it would have been done if you didn't take CM. Let's say you took
Had I
CMC.
take- had I
Chubbs
taken him,
was
you
my
would've-
next guy.
Oh,
Chubbs
boy.
was the guy, and I would have been just dogging you for it.
I'm gonna say
100%.
He probably would have got hurt if I drafted him. So maybe I did him a solid not drafting him.
He owes you a check. He bought the offensive line fucking golf clubs. He owes you golf clubs.
This is how our draft is going to go. Charles is going to want to draft behind me in every one of our fantasy football drafts from now on because he's going to take the player, the next available best player, or the player that I was going to take. It didn't take. That's Charles's strategy from now on.
Whatever works.
Yeah.
It could. No, I understand what you're saying with the whole with the wide receiver thing. I guess it really is everybody's opinion when it comes down to it, because there are about 5 or 6 guys that are pretty much on that tier of this guy's really good, that guy's really good. Just like with the Josh Allen thing, though, Charles, you're going to find out how good Jefferson actually is.
I'm going to look like a real fool in 7 to 12 years if the fucker doesn't pull a Super Bowl out. Yes. I'll end up having to get a tattoo. Josh Allen is not that guy somewhere on my butt cheek. I can't say that out loud, but yeah.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
We should do that. We should go on that. We'll go do that tattoos in weird places. That one guy that's got like a whole comic book strip tattooed on the inside underneath his eyelids or something.
Oh my
like
God.
a whole weird Garfield cartoon
Oh,
or
yeah.
something. I can't
I've
remember
only
what
got
it
a
was.
smiley face to bring to the table.
Yeah.
And that has
I don't
everything.
got anything weird.
Yeah.
All my tattoos make sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't want to make sense. I don't know.
Yeah. It's all about the conversation. But yes, to wrap the wide receiver thing up, absolutely. There are conversations for and against it. He had a terrible quarterback situation. The Bengals always have a weird offensive line situation. Would I laugh at anyone taking him 3rd, 4th, ranking him 3rd, 4th? Hell no. Hell no. They left Amon-Ra St. Brown out of the Pro Bowl. So
It's always going to be a risk where you take these guys because you don't know what they're going to do, especially Burrow and the guys that.
Especially when it's a receiver running back, especially like a PPR league, it's a risk because you don't know what their quarterback's going to turn into. If it's going to be they're going to get injured or they're going to be crashed. Like you don't know what the scenario is in the quarterback situation. So even with Jamar Chase, having Burrows in and out the season due to injuries, that plays a factor for fantasy football because you don't know what that backup quarterback's going to be. Did he end up having a decent year with Browning? Yes, but we all know that it could have been better if Burrows was still there effectively.
Yeah.
Oh, they would have made the playoffs. Easy.
See, and to let in a little secret also, I may not be as entirely forthcoming with my 100% healthy thought process when it comes to Cincy. So a lot of my decision today on Cincinnati
You did vote
was
him
based-
out of the league, so.
Yeah.
So is he the only player that's going to get picked up though? Because you said he was top 10. You said
Jamar?
Chase is.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
dude.
hypothetically had they kick Cincy out, and then we take all these really good players and we put them in a pool like they do with the expansion
Those
teams.
two are definitely getting picked.
Those two, Burrow and
Without a
Chase,
doubt,
are the only
yeah.
two getting picked up.
Somebody's definitely.
No, wait. What's that edge rusher? He was hurt though. Hendricks?
Yeah, the
Hendrickson.
defensive end.
Yeah. That
rusher?
dude's a dog. That dude's a
Yeah.
dog. He would get picked up too. But yeah, you have 6 people maybe, and the rest of them are going to the UFL.
I didn't really think about Mixon being that vital of a.
But he's not there anymore.
Player. I know he's not there anymore, but it's crazy to think that team without him.
I love how much we talk about teams that have nothing to do with us. And we're so passionate about it. I love it. I fucking love it, dude. We care about your team more than you care about your team. I promise you. Come check us out.
The best part about this is when I go through and I just tag all these things in it, and it comes out, and the AI pulls up all these weird things. It literally pulls up every team that we talk about. It's funny. That eclectic podcast where the F word and the S word and the H word and the A word all come out into this eclectic podcast. AI, you are something to behold. That's all I have to say.
As we love you. AFC South. I think this is going to be one of the most interesting divisions. We've got the AFC South with the Houston Texans, the Jacksonville Let It Ride Jaguars.
Probably the easiest one to pick, but it's going to be
Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Squeeze Me Tight Titans. Patrick, you're on the clock.
All right, bottom of the barrel. Let's just kick them out now. The Jacksonville Jaguars.
The prince is dead.
As much as I
Has
I
never
was
lost a
huge
game
fan.
on Saturday in his life. Is
Never
dead.
lost a game on Saturday. It was unfortunately for you. You only play on Saturdays once a season, if you're lucky. And man, yeah, Jacksonville hasn't been relevant since they had the one playoff season.
Is this
And I
the
mean-
end of Doug Peterson?
It probably is, unfortunately. As much as he was fun to watch when he was with the Eagles.
How do you feel about Dougie?
Who, me?
Dougie Fresh.
Sneaky. Yeah, sneaky.
I think this 2.0 with him with the Jaguars. I think he's a good coach for what's Sunshine? What's that quarterback's name?
Sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Waffle
Trevor
House King.
Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Yeah.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, I think he's good for Sunshine. But when he was with Philly, I called him out on something. He said he claimed when we beat him on a Sunday, he claimed that he was pissed and we played a win and blah, blah, blah. But then the last game of the season, they basically gave that game to the Commanders back in 2020.
Yeah.
Then we would have won the division at a 6-10 record. I'm just saying you can't preach winning and then give away a game when it's convenient. But that's the first Doug Peterson. This is 2.0. With the Eagles, yeah, I call him a hypocrite. But with Jacksonville, I think he's good with Sunshine.
Nice. I didn't mean to cut you off there, Patrick. Yeah, I felt a vibe, and I'm like, we got to pull Sneaky in real quick. So, go ahead, Patrick. I'm sorry about that, my friend.
Well, unfortunately, with all the pieces that they've drafted over the years, getting a few good players hasn't really helped and benefited them too much. I got them at 6-11 this year. I don't think they're going to do too well. The only reason I'm giving records is because I want to see if some of these actually happen.
You got me. Now I'm going to do records too. I love it. I love it.
I do have the Colts again at the bottom. This whole division is going to end up exactly the same way as it was last year because I don't think anybody got that much better. I have a lot of faith in Anthony Richardson being a not healthy scratch this year. He's actually going to play an entire season if he listens to Charles and he doesn't take off and try to run up the gut like a fullback. Then he'll be fine.
Yeah, otherwise just switch positions. You're going to make less money, but you'll survive a lot longer in the NFL.
Right. And I got them at 8-9. At 9-8, switch them around. We've got the Tennessee Titans. I don't know why I've got them so much higher than I've got freaking the Colts, but I think the Colts thing has to do with Jonathan Williams, or not Jonathan. Who's their running back?
Jonathan Stewart.
It's Jonathan. Yeah.
Jonathan Stewart.
Anyway,
I like it.
Issues all over the field for them. Houston Texans going to improve this year. If they don't, it's going to be a travesty because they have weapons all over the field. Getting Stephon Diggs, they got Mixon now, running back. Their whole offense is loaded. You give that guy a whole nother season under center. And last year, they scored 377 points last year. 377 points, 24.1 or 23.1. I can't remember what it was. They'll probably be around the 24, 25. They're going to be competing with one of the better offenses like Miami. So if they don't win 13 games this year with the schedule they got, I'm going to say they're going to go 12-5.
It is interesting to note that the Houston Texans play every team in the NFC North.
That's interesting.
They play Chicago and Detroit at home.
So I'm assuming 2 home and 2 away games.
They play Chicago and Detroit at home.
We play Houston on week 2 Sunday night with a primetime game.
Yeah. And then they play Green Bay and Minnesota away. I haven't noticed that from any other team going to another division and playing it.
I wanted to go to the Houston game, but I know them tickets are going to be.
Oh yeah, their tickets went up through the roof
because you got.
No, it's not, bro. Vettix.org if you want to go for the experience.
I'll check it out, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
$15 a ticket. Just send in a request.
Second game of the regular season at home versus the Bears.
Yeah, and it's a Sunday night game.
Yeah.
And it's a Sunday. I can't try to find a babysitter. Nobody wants to watch my kid that much.
Yeah, no, I feel. But seriously, and for all of our listeners out there too, with this vettix.org, if you go on there and you don't see tickets to an event you want to go to, you can request those tickets because there are donors on there that go and look at the request list, and they'll buy you tickets specifically for that event. It's
all right. I'm gonna have to look back into that.
I'm serious. It's such a wonderful thing. Just don't ever put their email in spam, or they'll kick you out. That's their one rule. I don't understand it, but hey, I'm not a rule breaker. All right, I'm a rule mender.
Debatable.
Quick recap for you there, Patrick. We've got the Houston Texans taking the cake, and then I was a little bit confused. Do we have the Jaguars?
Tennessee Titans, Jaguars.
So both of them?
No, Tennessee Titans, Colts. Or no, what the hell? I said.
What
Titans.
Are you doing?
Oh, I said that the division's gonna end up exactly the same as it was: Houston, Jaguars, Colts, Texans.
Okay.
My bad.
Good.
See, you're
Who's
throwing me
getting
off here.
regulated?
No, dude, listen, you were confusing the shit
Tennessee's
out of
getting
me.
regulated.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay,
I just
so
want to make
Tennessee's
sure.
getting all right.
I thought you were gonna put the Jags out. I'm like, damn, he putting it out in the pasture.
Shit,
No,
fucking
wait.
old yeller, fucking sunshine, Daisy's mellow yellow. PR, you're on the clock.
I
picks.
agree. The Titans, even though they signed those two quarterbacks, even Tyler Boyd and Riddle, they stole them from Jacksonville. I still don't know what Will Levis is and
The
what
Will
he
Levis
can
experiment.
be.
Yeah.
Like he puts mayo in his fucking coffee. That's weird. I don't trust you.
They put mayo in a lot of ice cream, so it makes it smooth.
That don't even sound right.
It's true though.
Threw up in my
Put
mouth.
mayonnaise in most malts and stuff that you get from places has mayonnaise in it. Fact.
That's what
Charles,
I
look it
don't
up.
trust him.
I trust you.
So I got Tennessee Titans. I think the three
Crazy
and two are the subject to change just because Trevor Lawrence is not performing to the level that he was hyped up to be these last 2 years, and so it's starting to show that he might not be the elite quarterback that he was supposed to be. The biggest thing for the Colts is Anthony Richardson staying healthy and staying upright and not taking hits unnecessarily, because that's just going to shorten your career. Look at RG3. Don't do it. But I think Houston is going to take it. I give them maybe they won 10 games last year. I could see them winning 11 or 12 again this year. But seeing what we saw last year and what they did this year in the offseason, Houston definitely got better, especially offensively. They just got better. And I just don't see anybody in the AFC South competing with them offensively for that division. It's literally for Houston to lose. There's that's simple as it is.
Nice. All right. So Houston to lose, Tennessee to be relegated.
Yes.
Sneaky, you're on the clock.
I'll start with 1 and 4, and that's Houston and Tennessee as well.
Okay.
The problem with Jacksonville and the Colts, I think that's going to be the wild card team this year. One of the two. And Richardson, he got to stay upright. I think he's going to come back with a brand new shoulder. Okay.
Hopefully.
I don't think he's going to be able to throw as deep as he did. Maybe 2, 3, maybe even 5 yards less than what he was able to. And if he could be more of a pocket passer, I think he'll challenge Sunshine. But I'm gonna ride with Houston, Jaguar, Colts, and Tennessee.
Nice.
Seems
Nice.
legit.
Yeah, and you get no arguments here. I don't see really any difference. I do think that it's just the worst coincidence for the NFL that their South region is trash. On both sides.
Yeah.
The South of the NFL is just trash. It's 57 million years. They're trash. They relegate the shit out of the whole division, to be honest with you.
Just
Well, I
take the
mean,
top 2 teams out of both divisions and just make
You've
them
only
Make them
in
in
the
the
last
league, yeah.
in 30 years you only had 1 or 2 3 Super Bowls. You had the Colts had one with Manning, and then you had another one. We had a couple with Sean Payton there with the Saints.
Saints won, yeah.
Well, and that's
One-
not,
the
I
only
mean, the
one, yeah, that's
Titans,
right, the only one won.
the Titans was in the 99 Super Bowl.
Well, the Bucks have
there.
2, so technically the NFC South has 3 titles.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah.
not appearances. You're talking about actual. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
my bad.
yeah,
The NFC
yeah.
South has 3 titles because the Bucks have 2, the Saints have 1, and then in the AFC South, it's just the Colts.
That doesn't count because Brady just came over and won them. the
Then if
Super
you
Bowl.
take that one out, the Bucks still have 1
We
from
take
2002.
that one out.
Yeah.
So then they got 2 because
Yeah.
they got the 2002 Bucks and then the Saints in 2009,
Yeah.
and then the Colts only have 1.
The whole division is trash. It makes no sense to me. With the NBA, you have a rigged lottery system. It makes sense why terrible teams stay terrible.
Because they're getting the short end of the stick
Yeah.
90% of the time.
In the NFL, there is no excuse for this.
If you suck, you're getting the best draft picks in the league the next year.
And we're the best league in the world, right? It's time to start acting like it. Get the shit out of here, South. You could send it west if you want, but honestly,
what Charles is really trying to say is he wants to relegate 2 teams out of each division.
At least these 2 divisions.
it would have made it a lot easier. I tell
Yeah.
you what, yeah.
If it was 2, I'd probably send.
Oh, it'd be Jacksonville and freaking
Yeah, I'd
Tennessee.
probably send Jacksonville
Yeah.
and Tennessee out.
Yeah, for me, it's the Colts. They're not going to stay healthy.
No, I need
Fine.
the Colts to stay in at least 1 more year because my brother-in-law is a Colts fan. So in week 3, when we go play them in Lucas whatever the fuck oil field it's called.
Yeah.
I need the Bears to just stomp a mud hole in them, so I have 365 days of shit talking. And not just
Yeah.
that, this is the same thing. He's a
You
Colts
really
fan, right?
live off of that one.
He's a Colts fan, right? So I need this for week 3. But not just that. You see that belt right there? I beat my brother-in-law for that belt.
Yeah,
So-
you just can't win.
Do you wear that to the game if you go there?
Listen, I would, if there's a way to make it to that game, that fucker is coming with me. That is a carry-on bag.
That is your checked bag on the airport. Why, sir? Why are you bringing this belt with you? Because it's mine. It's mine. I want it.
And even if we can't go and we got to go to one of our houses to watch this game this year, that's still fucking coming with me, because I need him to understand this isn't a coincidence. I'm better than you.
Just don't have to bring up Rex Grossman in that Super Bowl. Just
No.
He will always bring that up on me, and I hate him. But
Charles,
he doesn't
if
have that.
he
Charles,
doesn't
if
have
we go
that.
interview. We go interview people. Please hold the microphone with your giant freaking championship ring in your hand, so it's on camera every single time that you're interviewing, so that one person asks you, "So what's up with the ring?"
No, I'm glad you asked.
Well, let me tell you a little story about
It'll
how
be
a
perfect
little
with
man.
one.
You know,
just one
it's
time
funny
and
you
make it
say
work.
that, because I'm actually.
If you
The same thing. I would do the same thing.
If you go on his TikTok, I know this is off topic. If you go on Sneaky's TikTok, every last video, if it doesn't have all of them, he at least has 2 to 3 on his fingers, just on there. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just,
You got to remember
I'm
when
going to
you
ask
gotta,
you to say your slogan later on today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Before I'll do that. I got you.
Perfect. Let's head right into it then. Our last AFC division, the AFC
easiest
West.
one.
It's honestly,
The easiest.
it's the easiest one to pick to win.
Yes.
But if it wasn't for the Kansas City Chiefs, this could arguably be the
one to get rid
worst
of.
division
Just
ever.
get rid
like,
of the whole thing.
the
Very
whole
true.
thing. If Kansas City hasn't been doing what they're doing, do we even know? Would you be able to walk around and ask anybody name a team from the AFC West? As long as you're
Take
not
away-
one of those states.
Out of the
I guess
NFC
the Broncos would be
West,
pretty easy.
Yeah.
The Broncos is gone.
Yeah, we'll start this off.
The Broncos
Charles is
are
on the
gone.
clock. So you got Kansas City taking the cake. I have the Las Vegas Raiders being relegated. I trust Sean Payton and Jim Harbaugh more than Antonio Pierce. And this year, Sean saw what he had, got rid of what he needed to. We laugh about it all we want. We're laughing about it because we've never seen it. But sometimes you got to do crazy shit for crazy shit to happen. And this is what the dude's doing. I've got to put some respect on a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Also, one of the only coaches acquired in a trade type scenario. I don't have them winning the division. I don't have them in number 2 in the division. I have Kansas City, the Chargers, Denver, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Wow. So you think the Chargers are going to have that much of a leap this year?
I have watched what Jim Harbaugh has done for a really long time. I do.
Michigan.
I do.
Okay.
I don't think it's a playoff turnaround, but I
But the
do.
improvements there.
I think it's a 3
yeah,
win. It's worth 3 wins. Get him
Yeah.
as a coach.
Absolutely.
8-9.
And
They're gonna switch with Denver and
Herbert has
Raiders.
a coach that trusts him. You've got a coach that builds from the offense and defensive line out. I love those teams. They're going to be in the close games and they're going to win the games they should. I've got them hovering. I would say the over-under on them is probably 9.5. I'd be comfortable giving you 10 for the Chargers.
Justin Herbert is the highest paid quarterback in the NFL next season.
Oh, that's crazy.
Hashtag SoFi Stadium. So yeah, that'll be it. So you've got the Kansas City Chiefs, you've got the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Raiders for this guy. Sneaky, you're on the clock.
I'm actually going to have so obviously the Chiefs, they got it.
Yeah.
They've been to 6 now? They've been to 6 AFC championship games. Come on, that's
Believe
just
It's history in the making.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's dominance.
The only thing that sucks about it is it's not our team.
That is my bet. I took
Right.
Baltimore over them to knock them out of the AFC Championship game.
I couldn't count them out. I had the Chiefs. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say the Raiders and the Chargers. I agree with you on the bump. I'll agree with the 3-game plus, an 8-9 season with the Chargers with with Harbaugh there. I think they're going to be creeping up in the West here, maybe be competitive against the Chiefs. Peyton has not been the same since Drew left him. I don't think. I think last year with Peyton calling out the previous Denver coach and his antics on the sidelines against Russell Wilson, if you agree or disagree,
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a stain in his career.
Yeah.
So I would put the Broncos in the bottom, even though they got, I think what they picked up Bo Nix, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, who's
this
got
year.
a lot of experience. I think it was
He does.
47 years of college. Was it
Oh, he's
47?
all right, he's
I think he's
36. Now he's 47.
I think he's 48 years old.
Got the
Rookie.
gray.
Gonna be
He's got
in
the
there,
gray.
you know? He's going to do one season and retire from the
Like the
NFL.
Red Rocket. Yeah.
That would be awesome. If he throws for 40 touchdowns.
That would be
Freaking
ridiculous.
retires.
He's got the experience. That's a good bet.
Yeah, he does.
I like
Yep.
that. Yeah. He's not as
So-
tall as Jaden, but
I will say I got the Broncos being regulated because, like I said, Peyton is not the same coach without Drew Brees.
I agree.
So
I could get on board on that. I just didn't want a gentleman's sweep. That's all it was. Go ahead, PR.
I'm like, Kansas City is clearly, this is the undeniable choices for
Yeah,
Division
we ain't getting a Taylor Swift album about them anytime soon. They gonna stay on top.
Like, even when they have less, they still get more. It's like fucking magic up there. I don't know what the hell they're smoking in that air.
and remember we were talking about Buffalo, and Buffalo basically handed them the fastest person in the draft this year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Easily.
Just go ahead and
Yeah,
put that out.
to sign Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who we discussed earlier as a top 500 player in the
Well,
NFL.
Charles, top 500.
Top 500.
That's undeniable.
Can't be argued.
For me, I'm with you on the Chargers being the second team. I just think I'm like, we know what Harbaugh could do when it comes to quarterbacks. Look what he did at Stanford, San Francisco, Michigan. Like, he's a quarterback whisperer. Like, the guy just knows
San
how
Diego
to,
State.
like, he knows what to do with quarterbacks and make
Get
them
Herbert's
look.
confidence back.
And Justin Herbert is a very good. That's all you're gonna see on the sideline. So I'm like, I think he starts to get his confidence back, like you said, Patrick. And I think this is gonna be the year where we see maybe a better version of Justin Herbert. And I got them at 2. I think the Raiders are gonna be better than people think. I'm not saying that they're gonna be a playoff team, but I still think they're gonna be okay. But Denver, I'm with Sneaky. Sean Payton, that if I'm a player and I see how you talk to Russell Wilson in public, in press conferences, and past coaches, and how you talk like that, I don't have faith in you as a player. My confidence in you is low. Does that take away from his ability as a head coach? No. But you're going to have to do a lot of damage control with these new cats that will be like, I'm not fucking with you. So I get the pedigree that he is, but he might have lost the locker room already enough to where you're literally in the hole $85 million for the next 2 years.
Why do you
Like-
think that would happen? What
I
would
just-
lead to that?
You know what? He did not want Russell Wilson.
And I
the
get that.
locker, if the
Not at
locker
all.
room is toxic, I'm going to pay whatever I need to detox it.
I get you.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking away from the.
He may have just jettisoned toxic.
It's just I don't know. I'm not trusting Sean Payton right now. Again, that could change because we don't know what Bo Nix, with his tender age of 38, is going to be like as a rookie quarterback.
38 going on 47.
7? Yeah.
So,
I thought he played 47 years in college. I could be wrong.
So I'm like, but I'm relegating the Broncos. It's just this.
I think
this
that's the safe bet.
whole division sucks, to be honest. Outside of Kansas City, like
It's terrible.
Anybody you relegated, I'll take
Generation,
it.
yeah,
So, and I'm like-
generationally terrible.
like I don't think outside of Kansas City can anybody honestly believe in their heart of hearts that they are going to be a double-digit win team outside of Kansas City
no,
in this division.
no, because the Chargers lost too much, and they've got too much dead money for there to be hope.
And the Broncos
all-
are screwed for at least 2 more years.
Who is the Raiders quarterback? Patrick Connell O'Donnell? Aiden O'Connell.
Minshew, Gardner Minshew. They
And
just
Gardner
signed him.
Minshew is not
Well,
going to be
they're
the
going to be
starter.
competing. Apparently, they're going to be.
I'm just saying those are their quarterbacks. I'm not saying he's starting.
Yeah. So you got the
That's their
shoe.
quarterback
All right.
competition.
Right.
As much as I love the shoe, man, the shoe's not a starter.
So are we all
I won't
taking?
be paid
Are we all taking Bo Nix over the shoe and Aiden McDaniel
100%.
O'Connell Monado?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
I'll take a 37-year-old quarterback over
Well
over
experienced.
a 32-year-old quarterback, right?
We're talking a little bit better than aged box wine.
So
But is he bigger
comparable,
than
you
Big?
got to have a competitive mustache, though. That's
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
That whole division has to have. Mahomes needs to grow the craziest mustache ever now. And
I
that whole
promise you it's
division's
patchy.
going
And
I
it's
promise you
anybody.
it's patchy. He's got a 12 hair mustache.
Yeah, he's
I'm
got
like,
the little.
Kelsey, he does the little handlebars pretty well.
Yeah.
Thank God Butcher's wife is home to be a
Butcher?
wife, and
You think she's making them all sandwiches,
know,
packing them
you know,
lunches?
no, she's bringing the orange peel, the orange
The
slices
mandarins?
with the peels. Yes,
Mandarin
yes.
oranges.
Because you see his beard, right? That's a nice beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think she
Butcher
grooms
Harrison
it for him
Butcher
too?
has, so yeah, she probably brushes it.
Yeah.
Bunch
Says,
of
you know,
idiots. I
straight Kirk
swear y'all
Cousins
are a
style.
bunch of idiots.
Straight
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins style.
calls him daddy. I'm just curious. I don't know.
When you live in
Daddy.
that top 0.5%, you better be
Right,
called
right.
daddy. You better be called daddy.
Yeah. And like, does she ask permission to go to bed? I bathed the children.
Now here's the
Father.
question. Here's the
Hey,
big question.
papi.
Is
Can I
she
retire
like
for the
Kirk
evening?
Cousins or
Ooh.
dress him?
I don't know
Oh.
if she has that much authority.
I don't
She
think
in
she
that
has that
household.
much
I don't think she has that
She
much
doesn't wear
power
the
in
pants
that.
in that.
No,
No
I
way,
think
no
he
power.
dresses her.
Yeah.
What color aprons does she
He,
wear?
what there was the comments were, dude, did you read the comments? Did you read some of the comments where they go, man, I really hope there's a TV for her in the kitchen? They were brutal. They were brutal.
Did I earn my television? Yeah, and I love
Gotta
it
get
too.
that TV time.
Harrison
Oh.
Butler jerseys are the top selling jersey in the NFL right now. The fucking season hasn't even started, dude. What the fuck
Did you
are
see
you
the
talking about?
signatures they got on this man for petition for the Chiefs to fire him, to cut him? I think the last time I saw it, it was almost
30,000.
it was like 40,000 already.
Yeah.
Signatures.
that's-
Yeah, but did
Bro,
you hear the wife
this
of
is
the
Swifties.
CEO kind of defended him,
Yeah,
saying that the mother role is not.
right, that's kicker right there.
yeah.
you know.
Here's. I really enjoy a Snickers bar. I really enjoy a Snickers bar. But I'm never going to describe to you that the Snickers bar could look like a piece of shit if you closed your eyes and squeezed it in your fucking hand.
You're
right?
saying some things are left unsaid. and
Some
it's just saying
things
that
like
way.
the mother, the stay-at-home mom is such a valued, loved, underappreciated position. But for you to go on there and talk about it like it's a peanut butter and jelly fucking sandwich,
just wanna say-
what is wrong with you?
I just want to say, in my defense, I am a stay-at-home dad, and this
Dog
job
dad.
is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
that being said, what does it say about you two?
Hold on, I'm a
saying-
stay-at-home dog dad. Hold on.
No, I got a child.
But I'm saying,
he's
like,
got-
I'm saying he basically said that you're not being, your greatest achievement is not being a stay-at-home parent. And I don't know. I have two daughters, right? And since the day they were born, and they asked me, Daddy, what can I be when I grow up? I said, whatever you want to be. And for
Yeah.
him to be up there and say to basically women that just got their degrees, okay, that just have $100,000s of dollars of student debt waiting for them that they'll be paying on for the next 20 some years, right? That, oh yeah, this piece of paper you got, your greatest achievement is when you get married. That's just mind-boggling to me.
Here's a
Bad
fun
timing, slap in the face.
Here's a fun fact. Here's a fun fact. Here's a general life rule I like to go by. If I'm not a fucking woman, I ain't gonna talk about what a woman should do, should not do, where she should be, what she could do, or what she couldn't do. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna cheer. I'm gonna support. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna do what the I can to ensure she shines as bright as she can, and not a seashell by the seashore, down by the
Now-
sea.
Amen.
I'm just gonna say this one thing. I used
Yes,
to.
sir.
It was a few years back. I had a conversation. It was me, my brother-in-law, my wife, and my sister. We were having just to start shit. Me and him had talked about this to start drama. We said that getting kicked in the balls is hurts a lot more than giving birth.
Hashtag amen.
Granted, listen, getting kicked in the balls hurts.
It's temporary
Well,
pain.
let's for the record, let's say it hurts so bad it takes a while for the pain to get there. But
And
continue.
your stomach starts to hurt. Sometimes you might get the shits. Like
get the
it's
funny taste in your mouth.
I've never heard anyone say, "Oh, please kick me in the nuts again."
However, giving birth to a human, pushing a 8-pound baby out of your goddamn hoo-ha, that shit right there, I don't want to. I don't even want a catheter in my.
The math doesn't math in that scenario, so all
math.
I can do is fucking appreciate. And I don't understand how anybody does anything different.
Like I'm not.
Look, I
pushing out
cry
baby
when
after
I
baby.
when I eat Taco Bell. 20 minutes after Taco Bell.
The Diablo sauce. You're like,
Yeah.
You're pushing out an
please,
8-pound
let this
baby.
be easy
Yeah.
one.
That's real. That's when the struggle is real.
I get a small
and
headache.
Talk about a baby coming out.
I get
And this
I
is
get
the
a
thing,
cold,
average
and
size
it's
of
like
a
the
8
flu.
pounds. You
Oh, the
still
man
got
cold?
women
You're
out
talking
there
about the
pushing
man
out
cold?
Oh yeah,
babies.
Yeah.
it's bad. Yeah, and we're trying to tell people who push out human beings out of a orifice that doesn't math.
Now, this is what I've always told my wife.
Crazy to
when we
me.
first got together, I am a little old school at times. I told my wife, listen, if you don't want to work, don't work.
Yeah.
But if you choose not to work, there's responsibilities that come with you staying at home.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting this house to be immaculate. We got kids, we got dogs, whatever.
Right.
My thing is, I don't even need like this southern cooked meal. It could be Pizza Hut. Just something for me to eat when I get home. I am not the picky. I'm old school, but I'm not picky. However, if you want to go to work, fine. We will do this shit together. I don't give a flying fuck. Now, the roles have reversed. She's working and I'm at home. So I do stuff. I don't like to cook. She cooks. But I take care of the dishes. I do whatever else. I pick up the kid. I do whatever she needs me to do around the house. So when she does get off work, she has to do the least amount of shit.
Exactly.
It's togetherness. Something that blew my mind. I recently filed for bankruptcy due to a chaotic past. Well, steal something from PR here. However, the wife and I did just recently get approved to purchase a house, and
Congratulations.
Thank you, 300 to 323,000. So a year and 7 months after bankruptcy, you can get back to normal. That's real. Now, the point of me bringing this up, though, was while I was being asked questions, they started to discuss rent, and then or mortgage, and for us it was rent, and I told them that, we pay $1088, and then they were like, how much because it wasn't my wife at the time, but how much does your girlfriend pay you back? I'm like, what? What
do you mean?
What are you
talking
talking about? We live together. We do everything together. If there's money needed to go somewhere, it fucking goes. It doesn't matter where it comes from.
Not complicated.
Why would I go to my wife and go, okay, honey, or at the time, fiance,
The math
okay,
isn't
honey,
mathing.
this month you owe me $633 for your half of our house. What
Pay
the
up.
fuck? I said, yo, crazy. I said, yeah, she gives me half. I was like, apparently,
Sure.
but why are you? What fucking world are you guys living in out there? That's fucking.
Yeah,
No,
this
you
whole
need it.
scenario.
No, you should have did the Bernie Mac. Half.
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 I want to throw this out there. So,
Yeah.
I'm office conversation. I'm at lunch, and I'm with like 3 other guys. Okay. And I don't know how it got brought up, and I hope this is not a touchy subject. Abortion came up, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And everybody's giving their pro-choice, pro-life, pro-choice, it comes to me, and I'm like, I'm not getting one.
Yeah.
I'm not, and I don't want to make this political, but I was like, I'm like, it doesn't matter what I think.
Yes.
I feel because I have a penis. I just want to.
Yeah.
I want to let everybody know right now that I have a penis, and
It's 2024.
That,
It's good to clear that up.
I just so you know,
Just against interpreting.
just so you guys know, I'm a non-binary samurai. So when
Never met one of those before.
Yeah, when I kill my victims, they slash them. That's what I do. Just want to put that out. Shout out WG. So because of the fact that I do have a penis, of course I'm pro-choice. That's just the way it is. unless you're in Texas.
Crazy ass Civil War, Arizona.
Goddamn Hot Wheels over here.
War, Arizona. I never heard anybody say it like that, but that's exactly the perfect way to say it.
Hot Wheels over here thinking he knows everything.
I agree with you, Sneaky, and I think a majority of level-headed individuals do also. That's not a conversation you should be talking to me about because I don't belong there. That has nothing to do with me. And you can sit here and I am not the guy you go up to and go, "Oh yeah, but death."
I'm alive.
That was like
I agree 100%. There's certain conversations that I don't want to be like, even with the abortion issues. Yes, I am against abortion. That's me. What you believe is that's you. I'm not going to push me on you.
And see, that's the beauty of it. I'm sorry to cut you off. Just because I say I'm pro-abortion, it does not mean I'm pro-abortion. You know what I mean?
Like
my wife got pregnant 3 times. We have 3 kids.
yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah,
that's the thing, because I think there's certain situations.
but we're pro-choice.
There's situations you can't, like, if my child, God forbid, something happened when she's 12 or 13, I have to make a decision. Are we gonna let her live through this? And every time she sees a child, because yes, there's a beauty in having kids. You get to see your child. But sometimes you also have to believe. Listen, we're not them. We're not living through these scars. They have to live through these scars all the time. So I can't shun you or unlove you because you did something that you felt was betterment for your mental and your peace.
Yeah. Yes.
You're still my child. I'm not gonna unlove you. Like shit happens. But it's like for you to do it because you don't want to have a baby and you feel now you're just being irresponsible and stupid.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a difference between situations that differentiate how I view things. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a Christian.
Yep.
Of course, I don't believe in the whole gay thing. However, my little sister, I consider one of my best friends in this whole world. She's married to a woman. Yeah. Both of them, her and her wife, I love them unconditionally. I would go to war for them 2 girls. Just because they're doing something that I may not believe in or I have strong feelings of undesirability, doesn't mean I'm gonna unlove you. You're my sister. Right. You have my blood running through your veins. I will fucking kill somebody, allegedly.
No, you just say it.
Indubitably. Yes, indubitably.
I will go to jail for my sister because that is my sister. That is my blood. And what you believe in or what you do doesn't differentiate how I'm going to treat you. I'm going to treat you the same way I treat anybody else. The moment you disrespect me, regardless of what you are, I'm going to fuck you up.
I always start with kindness and reciprocate thereafter. It's the easiest formula. And something that's super important to take from what PR just stated there is that something that's been lost in the last few years. You're allowed your own opinion while still respecting other people's choices. And that's where some people are lost. And it's confusing to me. I laugh all the time. Who the fuck you think you are? What makes what makes your fucking opinion so goddamn almighty, Bruce?
My opinion on this whole show has been wrong many times, and Charles has pointed it out to me. And guess what happens the next week? I come out and formally apologize for being wrong. And guess what? It's over. It's done.
Hey, you know what they call that? It's called adulting.
Adulting.
I love that. Yeah.
Multiple times. This show keeps this.
I'm a Bears fan. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, what are you doing on this show? You're 2 Packard fans. You got a Giants fan over here. What are we doing? We can have a legitimate conversation, whether or not we both agree with each other, because I know that we've all said shit in our heads, and you guys have all been like, I don't fucking like that. I don't believe that. But you didn't say anything. You didn't say anything, but you know damn well, you go, well, Charles is the person that when it does happen, he's going to point it out to me, and he's going to point fingers and go, ha! Told you.
Got him.
Paul's gonna do the same exact thing.
I'm not holding back.
And this is how
I don't expect you to either.
No, this is the formula to an eclectic show. You achieve eclectic by acquiring multiple, it's not personalities, but multiple opinions through various peoples. And if you don't have an open mind or the ability to have a conversation on both sides of whatever path you're walking, you're gonna have a really rough life.
It's a broad spectrum perspective as far as sports, opinions on everything, whether that be, like you said, politics, freaking human rights, that'd be anything. We have a guy that literally used to come on all the time, and this guy always wanted to do conspiracy theories with us and bring up aliens and stuff. And he's one of our good friends. We don't believe half the shit that he brings up, but it's funny. We still let him talk. I can only
imagine Charles's face. It would have
bro,
I just love the fact that we all hate the Dallas Cowboys.
That's the best part about it. Every one of us.
Even with Mike, y'all might be division rivals, but the one thing everybody on this panel can just say,
we hate the Cowboys.
The turkey on the table is the Dallas Cowboys. I want to get
the most conceited Dallas Cowboys fan on the show.
Oh, I got one.
There's two fans we're looking for: Ohio State and Cowboys.
Yes,
I got a Cowboys fan. I will. He's a cousin. He's my wife's
I bet
cousin.
you he won't come on the show because he thinks we're gonna just trash him.
When I say he is a diehard Cowboys fan, he's in our group chat, delusional as fuck. At the first quarter, they're up and everything, and then as soon as this shit goes down, and me and my brother-in-law start calling him, trying to FaceTime him, this fucker doesn't want to pick up his phone. No, be as loud as you were in the first 2 quarters. Answer this goddamn phone.
The promo when he comes on is going to be me and Mike going 7-9 right off the bat and saying Dak Prescott's not a top 10 quarterback. So that's going to be the promo for the entrance. That's all he needs to know about the show.
Him and see if he can get on one day and be like, hey, I just want to let you know you're in for a fucking shit show.
He can call in too. I got the other phone. He can call in too. This show.
We have Lions fans, we have Vikings fans, Giants fans.
We are not scared of anybody.
San Francisco fans.
Shit with anybody.
I can't wait. I can't wait to acquire more. Every time a person comes on, they're fantastic. Sneaky, you are on a list of many, but you will be remembered as a singular person, such as the rest of them. You have been a fantastic guest.
Oh, I appreciate the invite. I can't tell you this.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick, co-host.
You came on the show. Make it count, Sneaky G Podcast. Appreciate you. And you guys are definitely invited. I'm taking like a small hiatus. I'll probably do 2 shows next week, and then I'll be done for the month of June. Because the whole month of June, I got birthdays and wedding anniversaries and friends coming into town. So it's going to be a big month. And then in July, I got a reunion with some Army buddies I was stationed in Germany with.
Ooh,
that's gonna be, and I'm old. They were calling me up talking about, hey, what's the nightlife in Dallas? I'm like, brother, I'm in bed by 8:30.
Yes,
I don't know who you're talking.
Yeah.
If I'm in bed by 7:30, that's a win.
That's a win for me.
That's called adulting, right there.
I got 2 dad jokes.
I was gonna say let's hit the PR jokes, and then I want to give Sneaky the floor to plug.
What's the difference between a Zippo and a hippo?
I can't answer this one. This is my favorite dad joke.
Hippo and a Zippo.
You got my eyes going like this. I have no idea.
A hippo is heavy, but a Zippo is lighter.
Oh, Charles' favorite one.
Check this out. This is how I say it. Ready for this? This is my favorite. I heard it a little differently, but what's the difference between a hippo and a Zippo? The Zippo is a little lighter.
Gotcha.
I love it. I love it.
Why did the farmer feed money to a cow?
You got me.
He wanted rich milk.
Wanted rich milk.
Oh my God.
All right.
Events. There you go. That's the dad jokes for the day. We'll give you 2 each episode that we show up on. This is going to be fantastic. I love it because remember they are dad jokes. So if you ain't out there knee slapping, you ain't out there living. Sneaky, please tell all of our guests where they could find you and anywhere they may be able to comment for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
You can find me anywhere I'm on all the social media, even MySpace. I still have that.
Hell yeah.
Facebook, TikTok, I'm SneakyGman 11. Everything else is SneakyGman. Twitch, SneakyGman with 2 N's. Matter of fact, you could even just Google SneakyGman. You'll see everything going on. I
love that internet presence.
I got to give a quick shout out to BA Chains. It's I don't know if y'all seen my last TikTok where it's like a little spinner on some chains. If you guys want to get some of those, let me know. I got belts. I'm just trying to be entrepreneurish, if you will.
Yeah.
I have a show Tuesday, Thursday nights, 8 o'clock, Dallas, Texas time. Make it count. The Sneaky G Podcast. Please give me a follow, and next season is going to be a big season. So I'm looking forward to it.
Say it. You got to say it.
Oh, and of course, as always, before I do go, I always show love to my team, and let's go Giants.
I love it. I love it. And for everyone else out there, thank you so much. Not everyone else out there, everyone, everybody. Thank you so much for your continued clicks, pokes, jokes, yells, shares, likes, subscribes, comments. We see all of it. We read all of it. We hear you. We appreciate you. And normally at this part, I'd like to tell you to smile more. And everybody needs to smile more. But I recently caught wind of a story of a child with brain cancer who was gifted an opportunity to watch his favorite sports team. But just before that, he was given $1,000. And this child's option with that money was to go to a store and gift it to other people, which was fantastic. The kid, I think he was 8 or 9 years old, but he said something that stuck with me, and it'll stick with me for the rest of my life. After every hug, he would tell you, I love you more. Damn. So what I used to say is smile more. The world's a beautiful place because you're in it. But what I would like to now say from here on out is that I love you more. And the world is a much better place with you in it.
Amen.
Amen.
Love it.